Good evening, service crew. Fighting Pilot Extraordinaire, Ace Windfall. Ready for takeoff. Happy Monday, Monday. It's Monday. Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Monday. Welcome in. Gabriel, Dolly. Hi. I'm sorry it was nearly 2 minutes late, Gabriel. I understand every minute now is the most valuable thing to you until circa March, like, what, 18th or whatever it is. I think it's earlier. Come in there. Hi, Dolly. A French ad for FNAF, like the movie? Like for The Secret of the Mimic? What ad did you get? Why don't I get ads for French FNAF, by the way? I get like ads in Spanish, or I get like ads for AARP. There's no in between. Which the second one kind of writes itself. I don't know where the Spanish ones come from though. Stardew Valley Man has a wrench thrown in. Hey, wait, have you actually started like messing with that one? Oh, it's sick. I need to learn how to use tile. I mean, that is gonna be the biggest thing. That's like why I was like, I think it's interesting. Like, it's a good idea to learn to mod because you get some interesting skill sets. And one of those skill sets, I assume tile is either an image editor in order to make the sprites that you have to use for it, or it's a coding language, which if you don't know how to code, I think it's always an interesting and important skill that you can have, because then you can use it to troubleshoot other people's things, or it's just an interesting way to like use to... I knew I forgot something! Thank you, Ben. Sorry. I'll fix that, and I'll redeem you so then you can like use a air quotes free one at some point in the future when I'm not paying attention. I was like, I think I have everything up. It did not have everything up. Good job, Ace. What's up, though, Ben? What's up, Mayu? Happy Monday. Welcome on in. What else? Oh my god, hey, you can see the thing. Wow. Did not think that would work like that, but boom. Now you can see the whole the spiel. That's how that works. How do I do this? I go to manage reward requests, and then I go to heads up, yeah. And then I scroll down. Wow, there's all the heads up that I tested back when I first set up. And I reject that. And fuck! Wait, did that go through? Wait, is that what happened? What was it? No one redeemed that. How did that... was that in the queue and it just like loaded? I was like, okay, hit it. What the hell was that? Oh my god, that actually got me, because I thought it was that was Ben immediately redeeming it after I did that. I don't think it was. Ben, congratulations, you got a free 1,000 points now. Oh my goodness gracious. Coding's a very helpful skill, but also, gosh, I hate coding. For real. I think once you get the basis of it, it's easy to work with, but getting that basis can be kind of difficult. I obviously am not a good example, I would argue, because I learned how to code when I was in like middle school. I was able to do some kind of like weird kids for coding or whatever. I don't know what it was, but I went to like my local community college and we learned how to write in QBasic, which is, I don't even think is a real programming language. I think they made it up for that class, even though I know it's not, but like no one talks about QBasic. And it was basically, it was just like a bare bones bit. But then I went from there, and then I made like Amnesia mods, and then it's just like, once you get your basis, I think you can really do some interesting stuff with it. But yeah, like also, sometimes it just sucks. It depends on how complicated you need to get for stuff. I've never had to go anything more complicated than like modding, or like the code we had to like rewrite for like the Halloween stream, just simple Python stuff, right? Also, what did what just say? Oh, oh, Ben, I see what you're talking about. The thing, it's called, it's the Twitch Interactive Throwing System. So, yeah, that's what the acronym is. That's why it said that, Ben. I was wondering what you were talking about for a second. I was like, oh yeah, you got flashed with, you got flashed with the Twitch Interactive Throwing System. What can I say? And then we made the FNAF. Oh, FNAF sounds so much like the weird words people create to avoid saying. It sounds like something that I would say. You know, when a guy and a girl get together and they, you know, FNAF. That's so goofy, I love it. Oh, Ace, when are we having a stream where you play your old Amnesia mods you made? Never. Cause depending, you could learn to trace that back to me, and ain't no one needs to learn to trace that back to me. What do you mean? Oh, I live 2D. I was gonna say, what do you mean went 2D? I've been 2D. That's true, I went live 2D. I mean, if I were a more lecherous individual, I could take the jacket off right now and then put it back on. But that joke is far too easy. I've read and looked at the examples on the website. Also inside of a different mods files. That's also a good idea. Always be looking at other people's projects so you understand how they did it, and so you can understand how like the file structures work from like an already established project. Always a good recommendation. Assuming that the thing you're looking at is also a decently created project, right? Also inside, but you didn't read that part. I have a genuinely honest question. What's your honest question? Why can I not understand Python coding, but C# seems so understandable? Like, I get how it works, but just reading it, and that's not what I was taught. You're gonna have to. I might be able to answer this, Dolly, but you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific. Oh, thank you, Nukiashi. Happy Monday, Nukiashi. Welcome in. Thank you for the cat. Is there what like specifically is it? Because I don't know if I can give a fully definitive answer, because they are obviously fairly different. Also, I'm pretty sure I know C#. I'm pretty sure the HPL engine, the one that Amnesia uses, Amnesia and Soma use, and also Penumbra technically, but that's a lot different. I'm pretty sure their HPL language is based on C# specifically, so I don't think there's anything too crazy. I guess the biggest things are C# and a lot of the C derivatives really get to like, you can delineate very easily by using semicolons if it's like just the structure of the code, whereas Python is all about just like 4 spaces / tab to differentiate code, and like that can be really easy to break. What's up, Moby? What's up, Brakos? Happy Monday, welcome in. Hi. I think it depends on what you're reading. Maybe you have a better understanding of what is POO, Gabriel. I was taught that C# was extremely difficult and that Python was, if you can do this, you've got the fundamentals for everything. I agree with that. And the fact that you have it flip-flop, I feel like there's just like a little, I would hope that maybe it's just like a little like just one piece that's missing, and once it clicks, it's gonna be like, oh wow. By the way, service crew, before I forget, the purpose of the stream, outside of just talking and chatting and talking code and stuff like that, is to set up redeems, or just to make things look nice, right? And one of the things is, and I don't know how we want this, right? Because obviously right now you guys are just words on a screen, as you normally are. But we do have the option to bring out the board. And then one of the things that we're doing is that I was able to get a little plug-in to skew you, so that like now we can take you guys and put you here, and it's like, wow, that looks fine. But if we then go to, and we're gonna have to like finagle with this a little bit more actually, because you guys are kind of small. No offense. We add this bad boy though, and then we can do, like, look at that. Oh, why is it cut off there? Oh. And like, obviously we need to finagle with the angle of this, but like, oh, fancy. -2. It's actually probably less than that, actually. -1.5. That might be decent. What are we thinking? Is that? Oh yeah. What you can do is you can move it up here, and then we can also do. And then can I go and properties? How do I? Oh, speaking of coding, God. How do I set this up? Width of, where it's at 550 right now. Let's make the width 1,000. Oh, yo, this actually is easy. Yeah, coding's easy. This isn't even coding. Ace, shut up. 600. Okay, less than that. 500. 500. Oh, service crew. Oh, I think it's a little bit more than 1.5% then. It's looking like it's something else. You can understand C#, that's a W. Honestly, real. That's also true. Like, I'd say C# is a harder... A lot of the C ones are, like, harder. Air quoting that, technically, because it's all depending on, like, what you're working with, but... And what you as a person can understand and work with. That... 2.5 looks kind of good, actually. But obviously, then we have to... Oh, I don't know. Ooh, this is... Ooh, I never thought about this. But how do we cut off the top? Because obviously, we want the... What's in my properties here for... Not properties. What's in my filters here? Can the filter, like, crop 3D-wise? Mode perspective. Orthographic. Field of view. What's field of view do? Oh, I don't know what field of view does. I mean, I know what field of view does, but I don't know. If only we could, like, make the top corner, and the bottom corner. Bottom corner is not as bad, but the top corner is definitely, like, you can see Gabriel's message getting cut off really awkwardly. Well, let me scroll up real quick and catch up on things. Also, Python has a simple syntax, but most of the Python code you see around is basically a bunch of library function calls. That also is very true, actually. Like, if you're looking at someone else's code, like, not starting from scratch, but if you're looking at someone else's code, that's actually what would be very tricky. I'm very lucky in the code that I borrowed for, like, the Twitch says for, like, the Halloween party. That was also very difficult to understand, but the actual things that I had to add and change were very simple. But yeah, learning how the libraries, like, interacted with each other, how, like, they were calling on different directories and such. I don't even know my lingo, I'm gonna be honest. I fully just make things work, typically. But yeah, like, if you're looking at someone else's code and it looks messy, it might be because of that, actually. Got an A in my Python coding class because I aced the quizzes. My codes never actually worked right. Honestly, if you understood the principles, yeah, sometimes code just doesn't work right. That just happens. You can get the angle just right. Is the angle, like, the angle is better, right? Maybe it's not just right. Maybe I have to tilt it a little bit, actually. That's so real, actually, man. You're just like... That was me coding just now. I went to properties and I was like, 500. I'm in. I made illegible stuff in my coding class, but it worked. Nice, Wisteria. That's, like, also, sometimes it can be god-awful, no comments, so you should comment your code. When you comment your code and you come back to it a year later, you'll thank yourself. Shout out to Past Ace, again. Just making stuff as short as possible with no comments. That's your... got my eye on you, Wisteria. Oh, object-oriented programming. Okay, gotcha. Does anyone know where to find the Tiled for Dummies guide that actually helpful? I try and have yet to find one that's actually helpful. Well, I don't know. I don't even know what Tiled is, actually. I mentioned that earlier. Is that specifically for a flexible level editor? Really? Hold on, pull this over here. Oh, this looks cool, actually. Oh, there's Stardew in, like, the images, I think. Or something that looks very, very directly like Stardew. Oh no, it's like, yeah. Super Catboy. Shovel Knight's on here. Stardew isn't, but, like, interesting. Find more games with Tiled on itch.io. Whoa. Cool. Extensible with JavaScript, ew. If anyone has any JavaScript questions, not me. I'm not touching that thing with a 10-foot pole. I know nothing. Just here for vibes. Honestly, a little same. Our main goal for today, outside of learning how to code, is to make this look nice and to add some redeem ideas we had. Another thing is, while I think about how we can finagle this, I don't know if we can actually. Is there actually a way? No. Wait. Ace, you have an idea. Stream elements, I think is what it is, right? I wonder if stream elements. That's what I use for the chat right there. Is it stream elements? Actually, I actually don't know. Properties. Streamlabs. That's Streamlabs. What's it like, Chris? Hi. Happy Monday. I hope you enjoy the tilted chat that we got going on. And we're working on making it look a little bit nicer. I wonder, though, because that's what I want to look for, is there a way to have Streamlabs only show a certain number of chat messages? Because that would do it, where I could like make this like 550 or something like that. I could then like put it here, but then it just chops off the top one just entirely. Oh, that is not correct actually. Oh, that's a good point. Hold on. Yeah, let's do this. If we make this like 600, right? Then you can see that the angle doesn't work, right? So we would have to do like filters, and we would need to do like what, 5%? No, negative 5%, something like that. But that might be that might be way too much. 4%? 3. It's closer. 3.2. 3.4. This is interesting. Wish more websites were mostly HTML and CSS. There's so much extraneous JavaScript. Why do you think JavaScript is? I know it's the idea of like it's just another coding language. Someone at some point in time was like, let's work with this. But like, yeah. Maybe one day we'll start to wind down on JavaScript as a whole. I don't know. I don't know. JavaScript's probably fun. If you work in JavaScript, this is no shade to you. I just don't want to learn your magic. Any composition code is just like that. People don't have time to write long descriptive variables and functions, so you have a, n, k, x, y. Oh, 100%. Like, especially when you're doing a competition, right? Which I know you did over the weekend, right, Gabriel? Like, yeah, you're not like... Composition code is just like, you have 24 to 48 hours to do this in the first place. So yeah, it's gonna be slop. Code golf. I just thought it was fun in class to make the code as short as possible. The opposite of you get paid by the letter. It's like, I don't get paid by the letter. I get paid a flat rate. And so I make sure I get the best bang per letter possible or something. Yeah, was it Asmo? Happy Monday, welcome on in. Asmo fact today. In the opera Turandot, or Turando, if it's French or something, the Chinese folk song Mo Li Hua is used as a leitmotif for the title character, a mythical princess of China. Hey, I like leitmotifs. They're one of my favorite like bits of what's the word? Music, because then it's like, oh, I know this part. I know what the song's about. I know it's about this certain person or this certain thing. It's one of my favorite things in like gaming, for instance, where it's just like, hey, I know the sound. Thank you for the fun fact. But as a React dev, JavaScript is way too overused. I've been on the JavaScript for everything team for a long time, but now does it that really JavaScript on the back end is an abomination that got way too far. Goodness. All right, real quick, I'm gonna try to log into Streamlabs to see if we can finagle with this chat over here a little bit. Chat box. Open up. Ooh, fuck. What do I use? Chat box. Test Zatsudan? Oh, I did not think about this before. Look at this widget URL. Hold on. Make sure this is not capturing on stream, right? Okay, good. It's not. Do not show this on stream. Do not share with anyone. Protect yourself. Okay, show. Properties. We need the one that ends in 641. This does not end in 641. Okay. Chat box test. It's probably not this one. That does not end in 641. Is it just Satsudan then? That also does not end in what? So sure, I don't know how this works. How did I do this? Oh no, chat, where'd you go? Well, that's also an issue, I guess. Whoops. What happened? Why did you guys disappear? What happened? It was when I was switching around through things. Why would that happen like that? If I go back here, what happens? Is it because it's on that one? View. No, don't copy. View. Yeah, show. It's not the one. Eh? How would I know? Chat delay 0 seconds. Hide message after. Message animations. Font settings. That all looks fine. Chat notifications. I have disabled. Wait, what is chat notifications? Oh, when there's new chat activity. Ooh. Like making a sound anytime anyone says anything at all. Terrifying. Twitch moderator, subscriber, subgifter. Yeah, the badges are on. Style clean. Icons, extra emotes. Good. Do you really not have that many settings here? Oh, I had to HTML this, I think. Oh, shoot. Custom HTML/CSS enabled. Oh, God, I did this, didn't I? There's nothing on here, though. Why would I have done this? Why is this like this? Back here. That hides it. It does it for everyone. Show this. Still not the same one. What is the fuck? This doesn't have HTML custom S. This isn't the one. I think. Go to chatbox test then. I think chatbox test is just the normal one that we use for. Yeah, that's real tiny. That's what we use for gaming. That's for normal games. Yeah, because this says hide message after 180 seconds, whereas the Zotodon ones don't hide it after 180 seconds. Yes, always show messages enabled. Okay, so this is it. So then it is. So I don't know how this works. No. I think we'll. I just looked over at chat. I'm sorry. I clearly can't see your chat right now. Thank you, Hasmo. Man. Final Fantasy just leave motif the game. You should try to set the chat box background to a color. Then position the borders with precision. You look at you, you're smart. It's not really the positioning is an issue. It's more everything else, but I do like that. That's a smart idea. That's why they pay the big bucks, coder. How would we do that? How would we do that? If we use custom frame rate? No, custom CSS? No. There's a drop shadow? Wait, Sersku, say something. There are drop shadows. Wow, shit. I didn't know that. Thank you. Thank you. Hold on, while you're saying something, I need to scroll up in chat and actually read up until the point where I ask you to say something. If I try to code again, any result that doesn't end with my computer banning me is considered a win. Actually confused my Python teacher because we were getting different results with the same code, and she went us in real time. She was so confused. Wait, different results with the same code? There clearly had been something else going on there for that to work, because that doesn't make any sense otherwise. Good God. I hope you were able to find whatever it was that did it. Otherwise, yeah, maybe the gods of coding have actually forsaken you. Because that is actually insane, the idea of just like, yeah, no, we literally have the exact same thing, but it's outputting something different for whatever reason. Non-deterministic programming? That is actually insane. I know I'm smart. I'm an Ace Windfall service crew member. That's true. Speaking of, while I'm looking at fixing this in a fun way, service crew. It's a new month. Other way. It's a new month. What should we do about that? I was thinking potentially one of the ideas is one of the redeem ideas could be that once a month you get like we do a vote where it's you guys can nominate other people. You can't nominate yourself. It's cheating. You can nominate other people for Employee of the Month. That'd be an idea. Alternatively, we could just set that to Asma because Asma's the one that called me out on the Halloween thing. Since they air quotes won Halloween, but realistically you guys all won Halloween. Like that would have been my immediate thought for that, but what is the idea for like doing like a vote or something like that? Like have a redeem where once a month you get to nominate like someone. Or I guess it'd just be, I don't know if it would just be like close the polls. Just immediately like, damn. Is the Employee of the Month a Smash character announcement? No, that's a Wisteria who got blown up. That was from the original, when we first designed this entire room. Technically, Wisteria just contributed that, but no, that's now how I see Wisteria. I nominate Spare Parts. I second. Spare Parts, like me, owns a stake in this company, and they cannot legally be Employee of the Month. Sorry, bud. They can share, right? We'll see. Let me see if I can set... Oh, wow. Thank you, guys. You guys filled in the chat perfect with that. And now let's see if we can do... How would I... Wait, background color. 1. It's not what... Chat, I'm so sorry. I did not... Why does it Okay, so any changes I make to this just completely clear the chat. Got it. This is so... What does interact do? Interacting with chat parentheses Zatsu. What does that mean? What? Why is that a thing? If one of us wins, what do you do? Just put in the name? Well, you would either have to... Yes, or alternatively, I throw in, if you have one, I throw in your Halloween service crew member, or any of the other service crew members, or if you're a real one, you can get your idol manager character up there. Something like that, right? One of us wins, what would you even put in? Oh yeah, I just read that actually. That's an idea in general, just like the idea of you guys voting for that. But I don't know if you guys would be up for it, because part of it is embarrassing to vote for other people. Or would that cause like derision in the service crew to have to vote between each other? How do I... Oh wait, if I had a filter, you think? Oh, hopefully this doesn't destroy anything. Do you think I can like add... Key. The votes would just be done via the Twitch thing, which I don't think they would be hold on. Would you do manage poll? You guys can't see. Poll ended. Banish bin question mark? That was from Halloween. Can you see what you voted for? Yes. No, because I don't remember. When you do predictions, you can see what you vote for. So sure, do that real quick. Am I still banished? No, I think the results were that you weren't getting banished. You're fine. Clearly, we should display whoever the top sub-gifter last month was, so that everyone is incentivized to give Ace money. No. While I do like the idea, if I were more I don't know the right wording for this. If I were a person that cared more about monthly sub gifting, that's probably the best way I can put that. Then that would be a fantastic idea. Alternative. Oh, someone did mention the someone did mention a decent idea, which is not like gifters or cheerers, but like top clips would be an interesting one. But like in all cases, because you have to do like everything is an all time or like a monthly thing. Like I like doing all time because then you can always just see who's ever up there. Because otherwise, if like you do monthly or daily or weekly, then it's always just like, no one did this. Make sure you gift a sub so you can be number one. It's like, ugh, it's disgusting. Can you see what you voted for? Yes. Okay, 5 of you are clearly wrong. So whoever voted for that is banished. And I don't think I can see who voted for that, so you guys are fine. View result. Actually, can I see who voted for that? Vote breakdown. Ooh. No, I legitimately can't see who voted for anything. It just says 5 votes, 5 voters, 0 channel points. 83% yes, 17% no. Wait, 5 votes, 5 voters. No, but there are 6 voters. Oh, if I click on 17. Okay, interesting. You guys can't even see what I'm looking at right now. Whoops. No, but that looks fully anonymous then. I one floating mess. Ace, reduce the chat volume. We're working on it. We're working through like 7 different things right now. Calm your horses there. Whoever gives me $20 first. Are we going to employ the month until the heat of death of the universe? Oh, for like top gifter or for top clip or whatever? Yeah. For both, actually. Thank you, Lammy. I'm already standing up, clearly. I kind of like the idea of we'll do this for today, but I think in the future what we'll do is how does Arctic gift? Arctic would gift like whenever Arctic would gift like literally whenever, and like for like special occasions do like a little like a $5 or a $10 or something like that. I haven't seen Arctic in a hot minute. I hope they're doing well. Let's do, so in the future, for today, could you make it like, you could do write-in results? New poll. Employee of the month. Who are our, who do people say so far? Can we vote for missing parts and broken parts? Also, no. We'll throw those 3 in. So you have 2 minutes. That's for your new employee of the month. And then what we'll do is, while that's running, I'm gonna create reward, turn off, employee of the month. Nominate a new employee of the month. Visible in the hangar. Screen? Scene? Just say nominate a new employee of the month. None of my redeems actually explain what they do, in fairness. So nominate a new employee of the month. Cost is, what would cost for that be? So you're allowed to vote for yourself? In this case, yes. Well, hold on. In this case where I'm asking you to nominate an employee of the month, yes, technically you are. In the future, I'm setting up the redeem, and the redeem, you would not be able to do your, basically it's so this is a bad example of what we're doing. In the future, it will just be a way that you, as a service crew member, can nominate someone else and be like, hey, I think they've been doing a bang-up job. And they can be employee of the month, I think. Because I had the idea about, there's a few channels that I've seen that do VIP, right? Where they'll have, give someone VIP, give themselves VIP, or take someone's VIP away. And usually it's like giving someone else VIP is a lot cheaper than giving yourself VIP. And the idea is like, oh, you can give other people VIP. And I like that. And so this is my version of that, where you can give someone else employee of the month. And now I'm debating, do we also make a redeem where it's like, take someone's employee of the month away? Like, eh. Congratulations, Dolly. 6,000. I feel like it shouldn't be the most expensive redeem. By the way, what's up, Aeon? Happy Monday, welcome in. I feel like because it'd be like a once a month thing. Global cooldown of, hold on, this is actually really funny. What's like 4 weeks? 4 weeks in seconds. Oh, that's a lot of seconds. Oh, that's a lot of seconds. It's using scientific notation, so this does not help me out. 4 weeks of seconds is, let me go here. What am I getting hit by? Oh, what's up, Resino? 4 weeks is 2,000,000 419,200 seconds. Can I do that actually? So we do that. The cost will be like 22,000? 2,000 maybe for now? Wait, hold on. It only lets you do 6,480 seconds, but I think it's probably a week. Seconds to days. Yeah, you can only do a week at most for global cooldown. That's unfortunate. Is there a way that we can finagle this? User input would be required for this. Interesting. What a cooldown of 4 weeks? Because it'd be monthly, right? Congratulations, Dolly. Yeah, congratulations, though, Dolly. Dolly, do you want your Fuka, or do you want just like generic Sabihan? Wait, what was the other? Now you're our leader. I don't think that's technically what Employee of the Month is. Also, what do you mean Dolly's your leader? What am I supposed to... I'm your leader. Hold on a second here. Speaking of VIPs, the Employee of the Month should get VIP for the month. Oh, Mayu. I like the way you're thinking, actually. Hold on. Do we want to... Actually, I do like that idea. Do we want to make Employee of the Month like a... Because I mentioned the VIP thing earlier, right? Do we want to make it so there's only like one VIP ever? And I've been impeached. I'm not the mascot. This one's the mascot. Next year, guys are gonna promote spare parts to leader, and I'm just gonna be the mascot. That's the true brains behind the operation up here. But what about that? Instead of just that way, make the Employee of the Month into that VIP thing I mentioned, where I'll give you guys a nominate someone for VIP. Or nominate someone for Employee of the Month, and then, yeah! That seems kind of interesting in a way. Do that, and then make the redeem like 7 days still. Because that's the highest you can go. And so every week, technically be Employee of the Week. But that's a way to, like, move it around, I guess? I don't know. Thoughts? Spare parts play Stardew, and while we smack Ace in the head. So no different than last. The only difference is that spare parts is on the keyboard instead of me. Give each of the Employee of the Month and call them co-pilot. It's so dorky. Kind of cute though. I get it. For now, let's set this part up though, since we can do that fairly easily. Wisteria's exploded outline, you've done your job, thank you. Then we get to do here. Go. Where do I keep my stuff, service crew? In here, nope. Under stream, there we go. Stream, graphics, extras, service crew. Perfect, there we go. Put that there. And then, oh, here's the fun part, actually. We can skew that as well. Filters. Add 3. Nope, not apply LUT. I don't know what an LUT is. Don't know what the heck that is. Then we do, aha. Good, about a 3-degree twist. And then, what does this do? Oh, it's kind of... What's this? Oh. So the scale obviously is scaling. It makes sense. What's orthographic do? Seriously, what's the difference between orthographic and perspective? Changing the field of view on orthographic does nothing. Changing the field of view on perspective does things. Okay, interesting. Give that a 90. That should be good-ish. They make this like 5, actually. Thoughts? me see. It needs to be like skewed, you know what I mean? More than rotate, it needs to be like skewed, like. It is already overloaded. Send a pic of the Savion. Oh, this one you mean? Oh, thank you, Teal. Good job, Spare Parts. There's a way of putting it to the vote, placing them, getting rid of the redeem, bringing it back. Hold on. Putting it to the vote, placing them, getting rid of the redeem, bringing it back. Explain further, Blammy, because I think I don't know what you're fully talking about. I know you're talking about the VIP idea, but I don't know what you're talking about. Ortho remains the same regardless of the point of view. It locks the object. I don't know how that applies here. I mean, I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying, but I'm now wondering, like, oh, hold on. And then if I do that, yeah. What God am I just want to be able to skew it. Honestly, I don't know how to skew. 3D affect my butt. Wait, is there actually just a skew in normal scaling aspect ratio? Crop pad? Do you think you can just like hold Alt or something and skew? No, you can do that. Hold on. Skew OBS. I typed in SKA OBS. That's not a word. Skew OBS. How to skew sources OBS. Looking for filter 3D transform. Is that not the one that I'm literally using right now? No, this is a different thing. What do you mean? Oh. Basically, put it to a vote. Whoever wins, wins. You get rid of the redeem till the next vote. The only... Hold on. Replacing them. Getting rid of the redeem. Bring it back. Yes. That was the original idea, Blammy. Was that you could put it to a vote, whoever wins, wins, you get rid of the redeem until the next vote. Yes, that's 100% like what the... I guess I wanted to do it via cooldown just so you could see like when the next vote would happen. But yeah, that's like the basic way of doing it, where it's like, yeah, on like, what, December 1st or January 1st, or like the first of the month, you just turn the redeem on. Easy enough to do. But yeah, the question is, do we want to do via vote, or do we want to do a the giving/taking VIP thing away? Like, do we want to, like, the idea for that one would be you would have a give someone VIP, and then you would have a take away VIP. But if you take away VIP and there's no VIP, we would just have times where there's just no one who is in that spot, right? So it'd be blank. So I guess the best way to do it would just be to like have one that's just employee of the month, and then whoever I guess it's just whoever redeems it first for that month can nominate anyone. I think it's just another way of stealing steel. Ooh, see, but I don't like that idea. That would be interesting if it wasn't for like this, like the idea of like a King of the Hill style, but I don't like the idea of, because I feel like it should be you nominate other people, because it should be a communal effort instead of just being like, I'm the king of the castle. You know what I mean? Because that's not what an employee of the month would do. I know, I've seen SpongeBob. Trying to summon spare parts every month. I feel like Aeon would get that a whole lot then. Man. 5-degree Y rotation is good enough for now, and then we'll find out how to skew a little bit later on. Let's also make this just a little bit small. Actually, hold on. Stop it, Ace. Make this a little bit smaller, and then try to kind of center it. There we go. And at the very least, what we can do is then add a text source employee of the EOTM. I'll know what that means. Make source visible. Right? Yeah. No, lowercase s. And then... Can I change the font? There we go. My font is... Actually, no, we can leave it at this, because this matches the font of the poster fairly well. Just as, I think that's just Arial. And then font size of, what, 12? Oh, that's so tiny. Not 12. 36. A little bit smaller. 24. 20. 18. Yeah, that looks good. Oh god, this is gonna be a mess. Hold on, right click, open preview projector, put it on my left monitor. There we go. So no, make it 14? That's better. Good. Good, and then we do right click, filters, add 3D effect, and then we give it the same, just 5 degrees. Beautiful. Look. Why is that so Why was 5 degrees so insanely like jank on that? Do that then. We can probably bump the size up a little bit, especially given how weird that looks with the... Oh, do I need to do custom text extents, I wonder? That might help, because it's probably... Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. Custom text extents. There we go. Height of 30. Height of 30. Height of 30. I don't think you can do a height smaller than 100. What? Why? I think I'm fine with that, actually. We can... 50? We can do 50. 40? 30? 4... No. You can do 35. You can't do smaller than 32. You can't do the smaller than, like, a font thing. Okay, so 32 is fine. Do that, and then we do right-click, properties... we also want to do, not text transform, we want to set it to text alignment center, vertical alignment center, there we go. There we go, and then we put it over here. And then we, careful. Oh. Kind of there. Yeah. Still don't know how to... Okay, so I think that looks fairly good. Now we have to fix you guys, actually. Let me add a group for these two, and then we'll call it Employee of the Month. Though we can have the PNG and the name there, and we can just do that. Perfect. Meanwhile, you guys... Properties. Height of... Control audio video. Yes, control. Have a board to make it pop. Oh, that's a good idea, actually, Ben. $540. Wow, it actually didn't, like, get rid of you guys that time. Oh, I see. I understand my issue with this. Because based on our doing stuff with this, right? The 3D skewing effect matters based on the extent, like the size of the object, right? So even though the text is small, like the text object itself can take up any size it wants to. And therein lies why it's like if I switch the size of this, right? Like if I make this like what, 50, right? Look how much that skewed that one message. I see. So even though are we using a custom extent for this? Technically we are. Here's a Vortis. I mean, Monday, welcome in. So the way that this chat works is it will always fill up every, the chat will fill up, it's a liquid. It will fill to meet the space available to it. What I need this to do in some way, shape, or form is only to fill up a certain number of spaces. That's what I was saying earlier, actually. It's like, is there a way that I can like make it so it only fills in a certain number of chat messages? Custom CSS. Sound effect trigger threshold. Real talk question, actually. I want to see something real quick. If I finagle with this in real time, I'd have to save settings. So it doesn't work like that. Okay. So sure, what were you guys at? Were you at 24? I think you were at 24 pixels. Thank you, Vortis. I said hi, Vortis, right? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I did. I hope I did. How do we custom text extend this? If we can do that, we're in there. OBS, custom CSS, chat extent. I'll do that. We'll see what this is. Chat is overflowing the board. That's what we're trying to fix right now, Vortis. It's a cat. Cats also fill the space that they are given. That is true. Like CSS. Ooh, hold on. I'm being a programmer right now. I'm using Google AI to just give me this, I think. Will this work? Hold on. Just message area height and define positioning example for a YouTube chat. Position absolute. Hold on, yeah. Do I have position or anything like that? Body background color. Margin 0, auto overflow, hidden. Interesting. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Streamlabs chat. Custom CSS. What is the I assume that I copied this custom CSS from something, and I'm wondering like how can I read this back and make it what I want it to be. I would never break the stream. Because I would like to think that I can filter the AI to be what I actually need it to be. I like to think, at least. Bring this over here. Yeah, it's just the Streamlabs link itself. Box sizing, body, HTML body, height 100%, overflow auto. I have overflow hidden. What does overflow auto do? And then we do test. Then we do what is the longest chat message you can write in this spot service crew? I didn't even spell longest right. Wayne. Okay, so this is dang it. Hold on, do you think this might work actually? Maybe I just had to switch it from hidden to auto. Cause wait a minute, that looks kind of nice actually, and it's not cutting off like it was before, right? But maybe it's just because it's not like like that. It does cut off there. Thank you, Vortis. Perfect. It cuts off at the bottom there as well. How to make it so it doesn't do that? Color, animation. And Streamlabs itself, I wonder. No, everything in Streamlabs HTML is just setting up the actual, what it looks like. It looks like, I don't think it uses the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I think it just uses the one that I'm currently active on. Right? At 100%, overload hidden. Yeah, because none of that is filled in. I think I'm only using the HTML here. Get the employee dolly a month. Is there a way to reverse dolly and of the month? No. I'd have to like go into the image editing software and finagle that with myself, and no. That would make more sense. That's on me for not catching that originally when I commissioned that. Whoops. How do you make it so it doesn't cut you guys? Dolly of the month. That sounds like a special at like a restaurant. This is our Dolly of the month. OBS custom CSS, custom extend CSS. Size extent. I don't know if that will do anything. Throw that into the Google search. For font size. For filling the entire source overflow hidden with 100% height 100%. Ooh, what if? What if? Properties. With 200%. Height 200%. Here's where we get to have fun with things, service crew. Make sure we have a semicolon at the end, it looks like. So do that. Hit OK. Oh, what is that at the bottom? What is that at the bottom? Wait, where? Oh, that's... Okay, I definitely broke something. Well... I'm super interested in how I... That's not AI. That's homegrown, not artificial intelligence. What is it? That's, natural dumbassery. Okay, so not that. What do we make width and height 50% then, right? And overflow hidden. You shouldn't be mixing, you shouldn't be doing like different things at different times, but actually, hold on. Yeah, no, that should work. Yeah, that should work, that should work. Okay. And then we do tests. Oh, there it is, I think. Why? That could be good. Vortis, I'm gonna steal your lorem ipsum. Okay, okay. So we want that. 50% and 50% is not it. We'll do like 90% and like 90%. Let's try that out. Because that might give us enough spacing. Yo, what's up, Asa? Asa, lorem ipsum be upon thee. Oh! I think we have to finagle with it, but I like that. There's enough spacing. Again, you guys can't see the extents that I can in OBS, but like, there's enough spacing there that might be good. The only thing now is that we need to have fill chat to fill all the way up now. So, don't do that. It burns my legs when I do that, or whatever my So should we go spam for a second? I need to, it's cold in here anyway. Burn my legs real quick while I look at. So clearly we have the gap between the bottom of, and here I can give you guys a small little like look at what I'm actually looking at. So you can kind of see in, hold on, let's grab this. So you can see the red outline that I can see, but you guys can't. So clearly there's a gap between the red outline at the bottom and the first chat message, which there wasn't before. That's why like message reading cut off, right? But now obviously we need to somehow find a way to also put a buffer between the top of the red box and the chat, and I don't know how to do that. So now we need to work with that, which that might be related to, I saw another thing earlier that was about bottom, the positioning. So if we can switch the bottom or the top maybe, or padding, any of those things could be what we need to. Without the hidden margin. Custom CSS height width. Like what is that? What does that do? Saying the height and width. Go to W3 schools, my beloved. CSS height width and max width. Height and width properties used to set the height and width of an element. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But they do it from the very top left, it looks like. So then how do I make a space between, like, okay, so I think I understand. Basically what's happening is you see the red box in my image here, and then the chat within that is, we'll say there's like a box that is chat, and it's starting at the top left point, and it's filling 90% of that box. That's fine, but we want it, the 90% of the box, not to be from the top left. We want it to be 90% of the box from the center, you know what I mean? How do we do that? CSS, custom CSS, center align. Horizontal and vertical align, I think that's what we're looking for. Development is width border, padding 10 pixels. Margin auto to horizontally to center a level element like div. Margin auto, okay. Hold on. Then that might be it, that might be it. Hold on. Margin 0px auto. Hold on. And then what if we get rid of the 0px and we just do auto? Do that. Ever had spam cookies? No, Dolly! Dolly gets elected as our leader and Dolly gets elected as the leader, bounces, comes back and advertises spam cookies. Alright, real quick. I'm hitting you guys with the lore mipsum. No, it still doesn't do it. What do I need to do there to make that? The div element is not centered. I disagree with this. Use margin auto to horizontally center a block level element like div. I mean, that's what the lorem ipsum is, Asmo. I'm clearly trying to summon a demon right now. Maybe there is a... Oh, I'm actually interested in this. What if what happens when if I do this? Background color, RGB, margin, auto, overflow, hidden. What do we do? Margin, auto, and then we do, there's nothing else that, yeah, filter, drop shadow. What if I do? What if I add this? I actually want to see border 3px solid green. You can see a border. Okay. All right. Oh, that's okay. This is really, really interesting. Ho ho ho. Here's a Keeks. Happy Monday, welcome in. Hi. We're summoning demons. Join us. I was talking about that at work today. Hold on. A, we're not summoning demons. We're coding. That's different. Second, what do you mean you were talking about that at work today? What is our... So the green box... Look, there's potential. How do I... We're kind of there. Make the green boxes with like 12 actually. I want to see what that looks like. Do that. That does not help that much at all, like at all. Okay, so not that. Two things sound real similar. Don't know what you're talking about. Coding and summoning demons are so different. All it is just like, you know, inputting a archaic language that no one actually speaks into some kind of specific medium, in which case it can produce the needed result. So different. Do you like my green 12 pixel long? That does not look like 12 pixels, by the way. What if I make this like 36 pixels? That does not look like 36 pixels. What is going on with my pixels, service crew? Y'all got any more of them pixels? Man just has this haunt him. I'm having Friendsgiving at our house. We're gonna bug it? Oh heck yeah. Having a nice old Friendsgiving /, exorcism. Let's summon demons. Okay, service crew, while I'm currently like trying to work on things, if someone wants to be a deer and or make a really funny edit for themselves, I just want it to be known that if you want to be really on topic today, what you do is you take this image that Asmo linked and you instead say, let's code Python or something. Like, have you ever seen those images of the, hold on, I got a reference for you guys that some of you might know. Oh my god, I want to see, does this actually get me what I want to? Oh god, what, yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's a series of images which are like coding textbooks, which I never read because I did not go into code. But there are things like this, where it's just you have your basic like image, and then it's just like googling the error message, or you have writing code that nobody else can read. Like the Let's Summon Demons feels like it could fit the same like vibe of that. Mortis. Also, wait a second now. I just realized when I did margin auto, when I did something, you guys have moved. Wait. In some version of the code I made, there is now a space between the edge of the what? Let me get rid of this real quick, because you see like the gap I'm talking about here. Hold on, I have a cursor for this. There's a gap right here that I don't think was there before. If we get rid of the border, and then I'm gonna summon a demon real quick. See, look, the border's not as. I guess the border is there in both cases, but when I put a physical border there, the physical border then shifted everything else further to the left. You know what I mean? So like it's always at this point, but me putting a physical border there just made the text, what I actually care about, like pushed further away. I get it. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that then. Lorem ipsum dolor sit amet consector absine el sedo ipsum tempore inse ut levore et dolor magna alcliga ut inem admin vietnam ut quisnus dolor. I'm pretty sure that's all just fake. I'm not even sure that's Latin. I'm pretty sure that's all just fake. I actually don't remember. Lorem ipsum is basically just filler language for use for anything, and I think people think it's Latin, but I don't think it actually is Latin. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm probably wrong. It might actually be Latin, but it actually doesn't mean anything. It might just be random words in Latin. Started as Latin and got chopped up into gibberish. Aha, yeah. It's taken from a real Latin text, but it's like jumbled around. Okay, that's what I thought. It is actual Latin, but it's not like actual Latin, basically. I'm gonna like have it perfect. This chat's gonna be like fit perfectly on this whiteboard, and then like yeah, my internet's gonna go out because I summoned a demon. It smelled like it felt like they're outside. Celsius or Fahrenheit? I assume Fahrenheit. In which case, real. It is currently it is below freezing right now, I believe. Let me double check. It is November. Honestly, it should be about that. Yeah, it is below freezing right now. It is like, I don't know what the Fahrenheit, the Celsius version of this. No. 25 F to C. Sorry, other way around. It's currently -4 Fahrenheit. Celsius, other way around. Shit. Hold on. Use custom frame rate. No, don't use a custom frame rate. Why do you even need a frame rate for this? Margin auto. What are my other? Go to W3 schools again, my beloved. Text align center. That would center everything. We don't want that. We want. Oh, hold on. So screw. I think I'm stupid. Do I have to wait? No, wait. Is that how that works? Try it yourself. I'm gonna try this myself on W3 schools right now. Here, you guys can see my. Does this work? TJ toggle this. TJ toggle does not work on this right now. I don't have this set up. Yo, what's up, Harmonica? Happy Monday, welcome in. Hi. Just remembered I opened the stream during starting and muted it. Forgot to come back. Welcome back. You missed Employee of the Month voting, and also we're not messing with that. I currently have like 17 tabs open because we're trying to find a way to make the chat look really nice on the whiteboard right now. Is it because it's dot center? What if I just make that body and then I hit run? Why is it like that? Why is it like that? Because is it already in a body? Is that why? Style center. Body, center align box. Div class center. I am centered. Wait, what? That's not how, this isn't look, what the? Oh, hold on, my brain's working. I understand what I'm looking at, hold on. Yes. So our div class body, return to auto, yes, margin auto with 50%. Order 3, padding, let's add padding. Maybe we just add padding. Guys, what do you think padding does? Add like 100 pixels of padding. Okay, and then we lore mips them real quick, and then I'll scroll up in chat. Yes! No, wait, I'm stupid. Never mind. That's not how that works. Was I a contestant? No, it was Dolly, Asmo, and Gabriel. We're gonna make it so it's just a you can just nominate someone else at the beginning of every month. This was a vote because it was a weird idea that pulled out of nowhere basically. But in the future you can just nominate anyone else for it basically. As a way to get communion togetherness between the service crew or something. I don't know. In unrelated news, I found an out of production IKEA Moylan lamp. Oh, nice. What's the? I don't know the lamp. The only thing I know is the Deltoff, or however it's pronounced. I clearly don't pronounce things correctly. Ooh, it looks lava lampy. Nice. $15 and asked if they could ship it, so I'm getting the lamp for around $30 all inclusive. When those same lamps can cost $45 on eBay, Etsy. Nice bargain, Fortis. People sell IKEA furniture on Etsy? I thought that site was for like handmade stuff. Technically, you have to make the IKEA furniture yourself. Why does chat look like this? Oh, we're working on it. Don't worry about it. Look, it's all about we're setting things up. Also, why is Gabriel's text not showing there? Serve it. I should just grab the lore mips again. I was gonna like make my own chat message, but I'm just grabbing lore mips them. Drop that. Why did Gabriel's message not show there? Oh, Okay, so it is padding. It pads the left and the right. Okay, hold on. We want to pad like, how many pixels is this? Hold on. 289. Write that number down. 289. 334. What's 334 minus 289? That's 45. We add 40. We add 50 pixels of padding. Properties. Padding. 50. Okay. And then we... Oh, that's a lot of space there. We also do properties. 50 pixels. This might work though. Hold on. Add this message here. This is gonna get real freaky, service crew. Actually, brain, and then all we have to do is then from here, properties, height, no, not height, width 1200. Yeah. Hold on. And then yeah, height 650. Maybe? Oh wait, and then we have to do, I think there's only one more thing, and then we do, that. Okay. I think I did it. I believe in this. Okay, that looks good. That's the very bottom that's the newest message right there. And it can fit very easily. So true. We need to topic conversation so we can fill this chat up real quick. Can we name the demon? I vote Jeremiah. The demon we're summoning? Perfect. What do we call this chat demon that we're making right now that we're about to summon? If you can fill this chat box up, we can summon a demon. Shit. That does. Hold on. We can fix that though. Hold on. This doesn't negate our progress. We do 1100 here. Yes. Okay. Balthazar is an ICM name. Vortis, where did you get that name from? Actual legit question right now. I don't know why, but Balthazar is also my go-to demon name. And I'm gonna be 100% honest. I always think it's from Artemis Fowl, and I watched a YouTube video, I think on Saturday, about here's like a 30-minute video on like Artemis Fowl, and I was like, I think I read that as a child, and I watched and I was like, I kind of remember this because like I legitimately don't remember anything about it, but I swear to God, I definitely read at least the first 3 books of Artemis Fowl. But specifically, does anyone know a series, like a children's young adult like fantasy series where the following event happens? There's a demon who I swear to God is named Balthazar, but maybe he's not. And he's like, he can transform. Like, he can shapeshift. But he shapeshifts into a fly. And he's like, man, I really wish I shapeshifted into a spider instead. Because spiders can sit still for a long period of time. And they can, spy on people. They can eavesdrop on people a lot easier than a fly who's always going like buzzing around. Did that happen in, like, Artemis Fowl? And was his name actually not Balthazar? It was actually just like number 1 or whatever his name is. Overflow at the top. I'm okay with overflow at the top. We can fix overflow at the top. But yes! I think we did it. Search, I think we did it. I think we summoned that demon. I think all we have to do now is we do height of 600. We then bring this down. And actually, we can make it 610, I think. That way the top text isn't like cut off. Oh my God, service crew, I think we did it. Holy moly, Margaret. Now, however, we're not done yet. It's a little bit like, it's pretty dang close. Also familiar with the demon named Balthazar, but I don't know where it comes from. I know, right? Like, who? Balthazar, contact me. Like, it feels so good. I feel Bob is a decent demon name. Bob? Just because do you like the, what's the word for, it's like, this is my big bad demon. His name is Bob, right? Like, just the flip around. Oh my God, Vortis. Ben, have you seen Twin Peaks? Because I feel like you haven't. But Vortis actually makes a really good point. That is the demon's name in Twin Peaks, actually. Good catch, Vortis. Oh my God. Insane pull. And that's, I knew you hadn't seen it because we've talked about it before. And oh my God, insane lucky pull there. Oh, we just have to skew the chat a little bit, but I think we actually got it. Holy hell, I'm so proud of you guys. Filters, 3D effect. A little bit more? Yeah, that's what we have to, we just have to skew a little bit, finagle with this just a little bit. I think we have to rotate it actually a tiny little bit now. Which actually, yeah, we can do that. We can do that through the filters here. I don't know why I like got rid of the filters. If we set this to 1, okay, yeah, so it'd be -1. And then we just do, instead of that, we do like maybe -0.5. 4? I think this is a little too shallow. No. 6? Definitely not that. 5. And then for some reason it feels like it needs to be a little bit of a, just a little bit, like a 0.4? No, 0.2. No, you can see Gabriel is like off kilter there. Also, I think actually we want to like make this a little bit smaller because I feel like we're filling up the chat actually perfectly, but I feel like there should be a little bit of spacing. You know what I mean? So let's cut off just the top. We have to cut off Fortis's top message is how we'll determine this. So I think 580? Less than that. Do like 570, a little bit less than that. Because I feel like we would rather have a little bit of white space. Right? That looks nicer, right? This is a full chat box, but you still have like a little bit of white space on all sides, basically. That looks nicer. And then yeah, we have to finagle with this a little bit. Can you rotate horizontally? That's what I finagle with a little bit. I'm looking if like maybe rotating horizontally a little bit is what we want to do. Like if we do. Thoughts? No. Because I'm looking at Gabriel's bottom message. I think. Okay. Take a look. Open. Pull up your phone. Go full screen. Put this on your big monitor. Go full screen. No thoughts going through the set. That's fine. That's honestly optimal then, because the majority of people will not be on full thoughts, right? They'll like look at this and be like, yeah, that looks about right, and then click off, or they'll like go to like actually playing the game or whatever. I don't know what you guys do honestly, but like if you like look at this at a glance, we rockin'? Kind of think we rock on this one. I named them Buddy on accident too. What do you mean you named them Buddy on accident? Oh, Asma. Suggestion. A monster at the top of the whiteboard that eats chat, covering the border in the process. Asma, I didn't notice that. I was too busy gaming. That's so good, Asma. Oh my god. A hair to the right. There is, oh yeah, I can see the, I think we probably actually want to do just a, because if you look at the top and look at the bottom, right? I think it's that the top, I think it's just rotate a little bit too much. And then yeah, also rotating it to the right. But let's do, this to... And then we do... Feels a little bit off. No, it'd be like a little more of that. I think it looks... Because it looks like... It looks like the bottom is lined up. The top doesn't look fully lined up. And maybe we just need to do... That might be good. That might be it. I think that's it. Surscrew, I think we did it. After 1 hour, we successfully made a chat box. This might be fantastic. I want to know who and what they were, and I told them you're my buddy and you're a friendly spirit. Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, I think this is good enough. All right, so we did that. We have our oh, by the way, yeah, we should probably put a Ben had mentioned this forever ago, but we locked in on doing other work instead. We want to add a drop shadow to our employee of the month name, which I think we can do by doing outline, and then outline color. We can do not a drop shadow, but we'll do an outline. That might be, that's decent. Outline size of 1. How's that look? 15. Ooh, that might be good. Nice. Xin Zhao died? Like the voice actor? That's unfortunate to hear, if that's what you mean. Okay, so we have our employee of the month. We have our chat set up. He died in the lore officially. Wait, what? Are they removing him from the game? What is wait, what? I guess, wait, didn't, they've had dead characters in League of Legends before, haven't they? Because didn't the mom from Arcane die? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was gonna say, yeah, the mom from Arcane is dead, isn't she? But she's in the game. Which is fine, because what they do is they take the champions from all different times and places and they summon them. That's what happens. Wow, spoilers. Hey, there are a lot of moms in Arcane. I don't know her name, so actually, I'd argue that's not a spoiler. You just gotta watch out. In all honesty, most moms probably die. That's a trope that everyone uses. Everyone out there got the dead mom braid, what can I say? This is one of those fancy glass whiteboards. It's so fancy that it can somehow summon chat messages, so I would assume yes, Vortis. Oh, Asmo. It's kind of true. Technically, everyone dies eventually, and moms are people, so ostensibly you are correct. So we got that, we got that. Sorcery, what else do we want to, like, add in? Oh, that's what it is. There was another one, which was, I wanted to... This was something that Gabriel had recommended, and it was something we originally tried to set up during our debut 2.0, and I didn't know how to, like, make channel point redeems when I was, like, live, and I forgot, because I've done that before. We literally made professional disclaimer and tangent in progress during a stream before, and what it is, I have to make them through my StreamBot thing, which is what I did to make the Employee of the Month one, which is not actually right now. What we can do is hanger lights. We just make that actually thing. Turn. Oh, what? No, I want to call it Nosferatu. That's what it was gonna be. How do you spell Nosferatu? Nosferatu. Nosferatu. No one will get that. Everyone will get that reference, but people will 100% like be like, "What does hanger lights do?" It just says Nosferatu. The fools. That feels like a 1000-er. It might be a 500-er. I might be putting that one a little bit too high, but we'll try that out. Global cooldown of like a minute. Well, 5 minutes. What is 5? 5 minutes is 300 seconds. Don't make that same mistake again, Ace. Actually, for now, global cooldown of like 0 seconds. You guys can just finagle with it right now. Also, cost of, I'm gonna make it 50 so you guys can do it for testing purposes. It's not up yet though. I have to set this up now. So what we're gonna do from here is we go over to our actions and queues in StreamerBot. We're going to make a hanger light. We already made that one from last time when I tried to finagle with them the first time. The reward is whenever you use the hanger lights reward, that will trigger it. And then when that triggers, a sub action will happen. That's how that works, right? Yeah, so sub action. And then we do add OBS Studio sources set image source file. That's what it is. So the scene is going to be on our Zatsu screen, which is called Zatsu. Good job, Ace. The source is B1PNG, and it will either be set to go to downloads, art, commissions, Ombabon, and you can set it to this. Okay. Yes. How do you toggle that actually? Add. Hold on. Add core. I think what we need to do is somehow make it so it just toggles between two things. I think there's a logic version, right? Yeah, we'll do switch. That should work. You can add multiple case groups under the switch sub action. I guess not switch. If else, we'll be fine for this. I don't know how switches work in here. We can go to core. We can go and add logic. We do an if else, and basically what we're doing is, if the input equals 0, and the input will be lights on, that equals 0, then we'll do one thing, and if the lights are off, then we'll do another thing. So add. So we can copy this, paste this here. Does that look like that? Copy sub action, paste into sub action, done. So if lights on equals 0, then it will do 0. If lights on is 0, then lights are off. Yes. Okay. So if lights are off, we'll set the lights to being on, so that we'll use image C B2. Yes. Then we can also do add a sub action. I think it's under core. We need to have a variable. Triggers, timers, system, sound, signals? No. MISC? No. Comment, MIDI, logic, globals. They're under globals, right? Global set. Variable name, lights on. Hey, there we go. It's a persistent one, auto type. Value is set it to 1 here. Copy sub action, paste sub action, and then over here we'll turn lights off. All right. So, you guys want to summon a demon? I need you guys to see how this works. I'm gonna turn I'm gonna turn it on a thing. I'm gonna turn on a channel point reward. It's gonna be 50 channel points, which is very cheap. I feel like you all can do that at least like once. I want you to just use it. Let's see what happens. Okay. Oh, it didn't turn it back on though. Okay, it was able to turn it off, but it didn't turn it back on. That's interesting. Well, not a... It should be a seizure warning, but it didn't fully work. Yeah, no, the lights are staying off. Okay, so now we have to troubleshoot why... How can we turn the lights back on? Why are they not turning back on? Is it because that I set this to... That goes to C2. This goes to B2. That is correct, though. Lights on equals 0. It should set it to B2, which is this. Huh. Oh, wait a minute. The death screen just... Ah! He pays us in scripts so we can put money towards demon whiteboards. Just the one demon whiteboard. Actually. Persisted auto type. What does that mean? Checking this will make your value be auto typed and has no effect or increment on increment of the source. When adding if two streamer bot toggle sub action. So we two different actions every time I want to turn on and turn off something, or can I combine them in one action? Then you have at the bottom of the action a bunch of toggle sub actions, so it turns off all the... Hold on, what do you mean toggle sub actions? How do you do that? Add. Core. Explain further. That's what I'm doing, right? Where is... How can I see what my variables are right now? Global variables, there we go. And then if we do... Hanger lights, hit that. It doesn't change my variable. Why does it not change my variable? Stop clicking on that. Where is my string bot? So lights are off. If lights off equals 0, true result, switch the thing and then set global lights on to 1. Why is it not setting that to 1? Add core globals. You get a global variable and add it to the arguments that are passed along to other sub-actions. I don't know what that means. Intergroup to your PC and the group wants to enable disable. How did I do this with the original cat pat? Or with the original cat? It was just that. It was there was set global cat variable to 1, set global cat variable to 0. What? Why is this different? Wait. It? Why is this not working? That works. Hey, look at that. Oh, we need to switch. That needs to go under that. Why is that not under that? Wait. Where do I keep my oh wow. Wow, that's not there. Wow, okay, hold on. This needs to go like way down. There we go, okay. Oh, it covers it up, but that still works. I didn't break that one. How do global... What is this global variable? Why is this global variable not work? Stop clicking on that, Ace. Dang it. If cat var equals 0, true result 1, set global cat var to 1. False result, cat variable to 0. If lights on equals 0, true result, set global lights on to 1. False result, set global lights on to 0. That tracks. Everything there is correct. So I'm going to close and reopen this, and we're just going to see how that works. Easy peasy. Have a good night, Gabriel, by the way. We turn the lights off and he just immediately passes out. Just like an infant. Hold on, and now... the lights. And then... the lights again. What is going on? Wanda. The global variable is currently 0, and if we do this, the global variable is still 0. Why does it not switch over? Maybe... Chotamate, Chochimochi. Go to actions. Go to this. What do we have to do the variable first? And then we do the other thing, right? Larry, work with me here. Global variable not updating. Setting a global variable. It should work though. Dang it, Larry. This is really interesting. Because it was able to work just fine the first time. We were able to turn the lights off. Why aren't we able to turn the lights on? It's because the variable always sets it to wait. Yeah. Wait. Okay. Hold on. Let's go here. Let's go set this back to lights on. And then if someone redeems this, it does set the lights off. We've not caught the killer. His name is Larry and he's loose in the building right now. And the only way we can stop him is to somehow get these lights to turn back on. So we can set the lights off, but we can't set them on. That doesn't make sense though. What if we edit logic if else? Lights on equals 0 autotype. Go over here. Edit logic if else. Cat equals 0 autotype. No, that's correct. What if we make this if the value is 1? And then what happens? Stays off. Why does it stay off? This is C2. They're grabbing different images. Hold on. So don't boot me. Edit subactions. Test. So that does work. Both of these work to actually switch the lights on and off. Just why is the logic not working? What's weird too is that the logic always goes to false. Hold on. So lights go off. Lights go on, lights go off. Lights go off, lights go off. Why is the variable not updating? Why Why do I keep thinking that's the stream bot too? If you were to... Okay, that didn't work. It's weird because this literally worked for spare parts in the previous setup where we could have them both on and like flip them on and off. Like this would be. What if... It's a great idea, actually, Ace. This way you get paid the big bucks. Sure you want to delete this trigger? Yes. Add a new trigger. If the spare parts one works and we don't use it anymore, why don't we just use the spare parts one? Yeah? So we go over here. We have it a Twitch channel reward. Automatic reward redemption for any... Does this work? Channel reward redemption. Add. Twitch. Channel reward. Reward redemption. Reward redemption. Hanger lights. Okay. And then if I do this, it's at 0. If I do this, it's still at 0. What? Why? Is this just broken now? Interesting. Larry done broke this. Delete that. Alright, I'm gonna do something I would not recommend ever doing ever. Check for updates. There's an update available. Oh god. Download. Install. Okay. Actions, global variables. Lights are off. Just cut the... Honestly, that's what it feels like right now. How in the world? Yeah, the other one should turn it off. It's just for some reason that it's not actually updating the global variable in it. Is there a way that we can make a... Are there other variables we can do? Action state, run action state. This does not... Oh, hold on. This does not also make the global variable's value available in your action. To access the value of the global variable... Wait, what? Hold on. What? No shot. Did they add a new layer into this? Hold on. Get global variable. Variable name. Lights on. Destination variable is left empty. The value will be stored to global. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? Get global variable. You can access this thing. Fetch the value of a global variable and populate a local argument. It's like the source type for the global variable. Persisted toggle. Yeah. Source is global, which is fetch any global variable, non-user variable. Variable persists across the streambot. Persists across streambot restarts. That's fine. Variable name, enter the variable name that you would like to fetch. Destination, enter the name of the local argument you would like to populate. We don't need to do it with, this can grab anything, right? When adding if else subject to go to the true input now supports variable parsing. Oh, wait a minute. Is that what it is? Maybe it's the lot. Maybe we're not correctly parsing. Arguments must be enclosed in percent signs in order for their values to be tested. Using does not exist only. Wait, hold on. Arguments must be enclosed in percent signs. What does that mean? The value to be tested performs full parsing of arguments, persistent globals. Hold on a second. Shotomate. Hold on. Wait. It's that easy. It's that easy. I just had to put some tildes around it. Hey. It was just a matter of right here. The value be tested performs full parsing of persisted globals. You had to put T. This is what ASMR is, right? It's just parameters, input, test required. The value to be tested performs full parsing of percent sign, arguments, percent sign, tilde, persistent globals, tilde, and dollar sign, inline functions, begin parentheses, in parentheses, dollar sign. Welcome to coding. Good luck on those mods, everyone. Oh my goodness gracious, though. You guys can turn the lights on and off. Cool. I'm so happy with that. That's so great. Now, if only I could, like, do a clap on, clap off. If only we could, like, actually set that up. That'd be kind of funny, actually. Nice. Alright. So it's true. What else? I know it took us 45 minutes to be able to turn the lights on and off. Do we have anything else we want to finagle with? Yeah, look at that. We have that. We'll do Employee of the Month at the beginning of every month. Oh, yo! Actually, yes, I forgot about that one. Oh my god, that is the actual correct answer, Ben. Oh my god, I've just realized that I've made a mess for myself. Wait, no, I haven't. Wait, have I? Oh god, with the lights on and off, this actually might make a bigger like mess that I'm gonna have to clean up, but we'll see how this works. So my thought process for this one is we take the art in question and we just chop it, right? We put a dividing line, like, can I add a, where's my cursor at? There it is. We add a dividing line, like just cut it here. And we can have like things pop up from behind the so we have a top layer and a bottom layer, and we can have like things pop out of the bucket in between the two layers, you know what I mean? That's like the easiest way I can think about that working. So for instance, I'm gonna go and grab It's open in Photoshop, so we're gonna go and grab the tolerance 20. Tolerance 10. That should be good. Then we have to just cut this bit off. Ooh, I see what's going on there. We're gonna say that goes inside the bucket whenever someone uses the basement dude. You just completely disappear them into the bucket. You guys don't fit in that thing. You guys are small, but you're not that small. So how this is gonna work is we have to take this, chop it up like, yeah. I think we just do this here and then just go. This little handle here kind of throws a wrench into things. Cut that there. This should also be on the top layer up until like this point. We cut through there. Then we just go and grab this to this, to this, and also grab a little bit of this area. Then we do copy paste. Yeah. File, save for web, PNG24, save. This is B2 upper layer. So then, thank you, artist. Then I think the idea is we take B2 upper layer, we drop that in here, and you can see this is just gonna go like right there, stash on that. Obviously, we have to move this all the way down to the bottom. Whoops. There. There, yes. Oh, because I said P2, Ben. Set color red, because that's what the other layer is. Okay. And because of this now, you can then put something like... What's a good example? What are we pulling out of the bucket first? That I already have on hand. Stream, graphics, extras, random avatar stuff. Let's go there. We can, yeah, let's just take random source group man. Bring him all the way down here. A hole, and then shrink him. How's it look? How's it look? Hold on. Previous gay, open preview vector, go here. So it would just be like, then we just have to make this a move source or something, right? And then we would have it like, it would just move up, just go... Okay, that actually is fairly, I think, easy to do. Yeah, I think the setup, as long as they can fit in there, you can have something very easily, like, pop in and pop out of that. Obviously, the new issue is we'll have to have two versions of that, because obviously if something then turns off the light, you're going to have that. Which should be fine. That just means we have to just have, again, two versions of that. The issue being that I Oh, no. Yeah, Ace, you're brilliant. You're a genius. We go here. We go. Yeah. You know how to do this. Go here. Go grab this one. Then drop that in there. Hold on. Copy this. Paste this over to this one. Then we put this below this one. We go to the magic wand. Don't sample all layers. Click this. Yes. Control Shift that. Hide that. Copy paste that. Minimize that. Hold on. Copy paste that. There we go. Minimize that. File save as. Save for web. Then we call this C2 upper layer. Good. And then once that's saved, good. We go back to our streamer bot. We go into where we have the lights on variables. We just go and also add, not only is it switching the image for that, it's also going to switch the image for pace of action. So switch to B2 upper layer to B2 upper layer. Or it will switch B2 upper layer to C2 upper layer. Okay. And so now, if we do, I did hydrate. We do that, and then we do that. Yes! Okay, good. Rehydrate, though. And then we'll use this one as our first version of it. I think honestly the easiest way to do this is to make it... What we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new scene in OBS. So I'm gonna go add scene. And we're gonna call it Gotcha Bucket. And the idea is that we can put things on that scene, and the scene itself is what's going to be coming out of the bucket. And I feel like it's easier than having like 70 different images in this scene. So then we go and we add a scene into this scene, because that's the thing you can do into OBS. Add Gotcha Bucket. Good. So what's going to happen then, we're going to go over to Gotcha Bucket. We can throw in, for now, we'll throw in just the stream graphics. Like, yeah, we can also do like we can throw the wrench in, for instance. And we'll make everything, whatever we throw in here, we'll center everything to screen. Because they should all be about the same size, give or take, is my hope. So when we're working with anything in that scene, or in this scene, we'll take this Gotcha Bucket scene and we're just gonna shrink it to like about that big. Then, yeah, you can't see it. Perfect. So then, can I filter, add, move source? Okay. This is for Gotcha Bucket. No, wait. Filters. Add. Move action. Is that what I'm looking for? Action front and action, source visibility, source hotkey, filter new. Concentration, start delay, end delay, easing. What happens here? If I hit start, what happens? Nothing. Front end action. Oh, here we go. Oh, those are not... Okay, so move actions are not what I think they are there. Feels like it is a move source is what I want to finagle with, but I don't think that's technically what's working here. Move value. Wait. Ace, you have a zoom thing. You've worked with these before. Go to your zoom. Thank you, Asmo. Go to filters here. Yeah, you have your own zooms. How do you do these? Using in and out. Transform. Visibility and order. Oh, that's messy, actually. Okay, so what's happening is, to move this source that we have here, we don't move the source itself. We go to our the scene that we're currently in. We go to filters there. That's where we add the move source. So then we call it... We can call that source there just Gotcha Bucket, since we're doing that for the entire Gotcha Bucket. The idea is it will go from... Get the current transform for it. And then it will... Ooh. So how do I make it go up and then back down again? Actions. Start trigger. None. Trigger automatically to start next move. Start trigger simultaneous move, next move on. I've done this before. Curve. I don't know what curve does. Next move, reverse, is interesting. I feel like it's that. Then transform relative. No, get transform right now. And then... Hold on, and then duplicate this. And then we're gonna say we're gonna move it up like halfway, up to like there. Get transform for this. Hold on. I'm only clicking a button now, and it's doing that, so that's good. So then if we can do... We go here, and then we hit this, nothing happens. But if we hit this... Hey! Ho, 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 ho! Hold on. So if I hit this button, it does that. That's good. And then the duration, we'll make the duration 10 seconds. It's currently 300 milliseconds. 1 second is 1,000 milliseconds, right? So if we do that... this is kind of lecherous in a way. We'll do... If we do 10 seconds, it's 1,000 milliseconds would be... Or 10,000, so it'd be... It's so slow! It needs to, like, come out quickly, stick around, and then go back in. Is there a way we can do that, actually? Where a lot of it is just in the out state. So easing function cubic, quadric sine. Oh, sine. Maybe sine's what we want to do. No, not sine. We want to do exponential. I think I broke it. Let's make the duration just 1,000 again. Oh, goodness. Set this down to that. Hit the button. Then if we have this at 10,000. Okay. That's kind of it. Kind of it. What's bounce look like? Yeah, that is in fact bouncing. Okay, I was kind of not expecting that one. Let's make these 5 seconds so they're a little bit easy to look through. What does back look like? It's kind of like floating there. I actually kind of like that. Make it do a backflip. What does elastic do? Actually, how do you guys like an elastic? Look at this. It kind of like it bobs and it shoots up. It kind of like a little bobbles a bit and then it goes back in. Let's for reference, let's throw in a different let's throw a service crew in there. Let's see what they look like into the gotcha bucket. Throw in our boy. Transform. Center to screen. Turn the wrench off. And then go to our filters. Set up so it's easy for me to do this. Do that. Configure. Make a hotkey. Or I can do this. Filter. From Satsu. So I can just hit a button and... Perfect, okay. Make Sabian bigger. We do need to make him bigger. This was kind of a test right now. We need to get other things to throw in there. I know you mentioned Tentacle Spare Parts Cat, Sabihan, Spare Parts Golden. Spare Parts Golden? Just making other spare parts that pop out of there. That feels Oh, Spare Parts Golden as in the thing from the Halloween party, you mean? That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, we can make Sabian bigger though. Make him do like about that. And then we do transform, center. You can see his head peeking out a little bit, so we want to make that a little bit smaller actually. Or actually, we can do just shift that down like a little bit. Hit the button. Not bad. So then, yeah, what else do we want? Go to downloads, go to Halloween Party 2024. We would need to get our own version of it, unless we just want to use this thing from last year. Which this has a white background on it. We'd have to get rid of like the white background. Plus, it might be weird to have an actual physical object popping out of there, but probably not that bad. We can make a real quick mock-up of that, since I have Photoshop open right now. We just do grab this, grab that. Yeah, just one of them, I think. Tolerance 20. It can be a little bit ugly down there because that should be fully covered, I'd imagine. Grab that. Go and grab some of this. Let me see how this one looks like real quick, but thank you for that. Because, yeah, we can definitely use that as a backup. Layer from background. Select this, and then image crop. Or, hold on, do that. Control-Shift-I, image crop. So we're cropping exactly around that golden spare part. Just put this downloads golden spare part. Then we go here, then we go over to downloads, golden spare part. Go over here, go to the gotcha bucket, throw this into the bucket. Not terrible. Transform, center to screen, close that, and... Okay. It kind of works in a way, honestly. Like it doesn't feel like it's that clashing of style, right? Ooh, good idea, Mayu. There has gotta be. I can probably just get a Rosatoya for that one. Oh! Diabolical that one would be. Let's do cookie for now. Switch an English cookie. Pony cake. A new tab. Just throw every reference we can get in there, honestly. That'd be kind of good, actually. Cookie chocolate chip, that should work. Go back over here. Grabs. So after we get all these, the next thing we have to do is we have to work on getting it to like randomize them. So we can get all these things in here. We have to actually randomize them from this point, right? Yo, what's up? Skylar Caputo. I think I said that right. What's up? Thank you. Also, hi. Thank you. Yeah. Is that what I said? Yeah, thank you. That's the correct thing that I say there. Thank you. Welcome in, welcome in. You caught us. We're currently making, we're setting up we're finagling with redeems and such. Right now we're working on just making it so that little bucket down there can pop out items like a gotcha. Hope your day's been going good. Hope your day has been going good. Let's see. The next thing we want to do. So we have a fair amount of items. So yeah, the question is, can we make streamer bot? Because what we'll do is we'll add in a command, channel point reward. We create a reward, which is we'll just straight up call it bucket gotcha. What do you, Cersei, what do people say when they like do a gotcha? Skylar, no, you did not make me feel bad. You are completely fine, thank you. I was like, why would I feel bad for someone telling me I'm gorgeous? After all, No, I just get very easily flustered inherently. Also, at some point, I accidentally, like, minimized my OBS, and now all of my, like, panels on OBS are really, really tiny. And now I need to, like, try to, like, scooch them around. And in doing so, like, it's really, really hard because it's one of those things where, you know how, like, when you make a window minimize and you have to, like, drag the corners to make it bigger? I have to do that, but, like, you have, like, 1 pixel worth of space that you're trying to, like, get so you can drag on. There we go, I got it. Got it. Sigh, here we go again. Losers quit gambling before winning. That's also a little bit true. I definitely have heard worse from you guys. Parentheses positive. I was gonna say, I actually, 99% of gamblers. I'm just gonna put 99% of gamblers. I feel like I already did Nosferatu, ... 90% of gamblers quit before they hit the big cookie. Done. All right, for now we'll make that 50. We won't have a global cooldown, but we're not going to use it yet. It's $1 million question. Do you like anime? So which ones are your favorites? I like Bungo Stray Dogs. That's my like go-to answer right now. That's like all the like classic 90s animes for the most part, it looks like, Skylar. Yeah, Skylar had that like locked and loaded in there. I'll say you got a lot of classic 90s stuff and a lot of the, like the traditional shonen stuff, it looks like. Very nice. I'll say I'm a currently Bungo Stray Dogs is like my go-to though. I watched that earlier this year, and ooh, it just kind of hits. It hits so much that like right now, I for a while I went to like the bookstore because I go to the bookstore on Wednesday because I have to kill time usually before I play my Shadowverse TCG card game, and for a while I was able to read Witch Hat Atelier, but they sold the 5th and 6th copies, so I read the first 4 copies and I haven't read anything more than that because they haven't restocked it, so I can't read that. So I've been like reading random bits and pieces of just anything I find. Like I've been reading some like shoujo stuff. I read like a lot of Junji Ito stuff. But like I always see Bungo Stray Dogs, and that was where I originally saw Bungo Stray Dogs, or at least that's where I like saw the manga, and that made me go watch the anime after like knowing what it kind of was for a bit. But now I'm just at the point where it's just like I'm just now reading Bungo Stray Dogs. Bungo Stray Dogs Beast, which is a version of Bungo Stray Dogs where instead of Atsushi being the one that goes into the Armed Detective Agency, it's instead Akutagawa that goes in the Armed Detective Agency, and Atsushi is the one who's with the Port Mafia. It's literally just like some whoever the artist is, I guess technically, they were like, hey, can we get like permission to make like our swap the 2 protagonists around basically? And it's like, yeah, sure. It's very dorky. I've only read the first volume. I'm probably going to read the second volume when I'm able to go back there probably this week. Very fun. If you've not watched Bungo Stray Dogs, Skylar, would highly recommend. Goes for all you service crew. Okay, so we got that. Now we have our redeem set up. In our actions, we can go and add a new action, and we're also just going to call it Bakugasha. When enabled, we'll run a random top-level sub-action. Yes! That's what we need to do. Random action on. So Bakugasha will run a random action. Perfect. So add in. The way that we'll trigger is we go to Twitch, we do channel rewards, reward redemption, reward from Bakugasha. Okay. Then we're gonna add. I think the sub actions are basically just turning on, in OBS Studio. We're taking the sources and we're turning them on. So my question is, hold on. For this, because the way we're gonna do this is it's gonna randomize it. Streamer bot randomized actions, right? set the chance for each outcome. That's the thing. It would have to be full random, I think. But let's see. Activate random actions in your bot. Actions, stream bot. Randomize bot response. How to use quick function in stream bot. Weighted random actions. Here we go. This is interesting. Y'all want to watch a 6-minute video with me? We have to go here. How does the TGA toggle work, actually? We do go to studio. No, we don't have to mess with you. Go here, go turn on sources. And then we do that. Doesn't work, really. Hold on. So yeah, go over here, turn studio on. Go to sources. Okay, that does work. Never mind. Set it to this one. There we go. And then theater mode this.
I have an action in my StreamerBot setup that I've had forever that basically just plays a random tune sound. And it's used all the time. I have it on a timer. I also have a
Why is it not showing?
Word for it. It's been around in my channel forever. It's really great. It was really easy to set up this way. Core, sounds. And you go to play sound folder. And then you choose the folder, and it'll list all the stuff.
No.
It's great. The nice thing about that is that when I want
Oh, I know why it's not showing. I was in front of it.
However, there is.
Okay, pay attention. We're gonna turn the music off. All right, ready, go.
I have an action in my StreamerBot setup that I've had forever that basically just plays a random tune sound. And it's used all the time. I have it on a timer. I also have a channel point reward for it. It's been around in my channel forever. It's really great. It was really easy to set up this way. You go to core, you go to sounds, and you go to play sound from folder. And then you choose the folder, and it'll list all the stuff, and that works great. The nice thing about that is that when I wanted to add new sounds, I could just drop them in that folder, and they would just get added automatically. However, there isn't enough control, so a different way of having one action play one of many sounds is we're going to go to the action itself and click random action.
Yeah.
And what this will do is it will, instead of running through each sub-action sequentially, it will just randomly choose one of those sub-actions. So what I can do is I can then go back to core and sounds and then just a single play sound instead of the play sound from folder. And then I want to select one of the sound files. I don't want it to finish playing before continuing because I want this to be able to be spammable. Okay, so play sound at 100%. The added benefit here is that I will have volume control for each individual sound in case I need to equalize them against each other. We're equalizing the volume of farts over here in the player's channel. So now that that's set up, I'm going to duplicate it a few times. We're just going to test with like 2 or 3 for now. So for each of these duplicates, I'm just opening it and changing the file that it is.
Such a farts,
so
I
that
cannot.
now, when we're done, we will have each of the first 4 of those files. And since our action is set to random, you can see in the list under options that it has this RA now. So if I test it now, that was
Good
double
Lord.
raspberry fart. That was bugle boy fart. That's Chewbacca fart. Test again. Oh,
I'm not strong enough for this.
so it's just randomly playing one of them. Perfect. The benefit here is that with these random actions, they have this weight. So right now they're all set to 0. If they're all set to 0, then they will all be weighted.
Oh, so whenever you
But
do a
what
randomized
can
one,
is override
you can't
this.
see there.
So
Okay,
give
so there is a
this
weighted
first one
value.
0.7, and then for the other ones, let's call it 0.1 each. Right down here.
Okay,
So we're
yeah,
adding
there.
0.1 to each. So in total,
Okay.
it'll add up to a full 1. So
That's
each of
easy.
these weights is going to be a fraction. So
But
now
my
what
thing
I
would be
expect
then-
is that this awkward fart should be weighted
After
at
you do-
0.7. So it should happen 70% of the time.
So you have that, but you want
Other
to do something else
subgroups
after you
should each
do
only happen
the
10%
randomized.
of the time. So it took like 5 tests to get to one of the others. So that's about right. That feels good. Smells terrible.
Oh my god. I hate this.
Anyway, there's 32 files. We want to split it. If it were just that, it would be 1 divided by 32, 0.03125 each. What we want to do,
we're looking at
less likely, and then one that's like 5
to make the gotcha
so
bucket work, Dolly. I wanted to see how you could do weighted random actions. And this video showed me how to do weighted random actions with fart gotcha.
009. The one that's going to be super rare is going to be 0.003.
He's like just going through weighted stuff right now. I'm wondering if there's a way that you can. Jesus
the total of which should a little over them instead.
Good Lord have mercy. I'm wondering how you do a. Wait, I think hold on.
When we tested, really going for. Wow.
I have an idea. I got it. My thing that I was wondering was how do you make it so you do a how do you like have StreamBot like do that random action and then do something else? The thing is you don't have StreamBot do the random action. You have the StreamBot do a big action, and the big action calls the random action one and then does something else after it. Layers, baby, layers. Yes, that's what it is. Goodness gracious, what a video though. That is, I am not God's strongest soldier. So we have an action that's bucket gotcha, but then we have another action which is bucket gotcha rewards, I guess. So we'll add another one. We'll call it. And the rewards is actually gonna be the random action. But the bucket gotcha itself will not be random action. The bucket gotcha will call the bucket gotcha reward. Then it will pull up the reward and pull down the reward. That's what it is. There you go. But wait, how does it do? So in the bucket gotcha reward, so in the bucket right now is service crew, big cookie, golden spare part, wrench. And we're gonna add like a base monster tentacle. So in OBS Studio, sources, set source visibility, where is that? Set source visibility state from our gotcha bucket. So we can do any of these ones. So source wrench, visible, and then we just copy and paste that like 4 times, and we switch it from, we do wrench, we do Sabihan, we do golden part, and we do cookie for now. Like we have those 4 right now. And then bucket gotcha, well, what that will happen is when you run bucket gotcha, it will then, so sub action, add core. Can then you make it do, yes, action, run action, and then we'll run bucket gotcha reward as an action. There we go. And then we'll do that, and then it will then do, after it runs the action, it will then go to OBS Studio, and it will set the state of my, what is this under? Zatsu. Set selection, set state of a random filter. Click a random filter within the selected source to make it visible or hidden. Toggle state. No, not random. Why random? Add OBS Studio filter. Why does it set state of a random filter? I don't get that. That seems weird. How do I just make it grab the... Is it random? I don't get that. The source needs to be of... The other thing is it needs to be the filter for this itself. I don't... Random. Streamer bot. Scene filters. Set scene filter state. OBS Studio scene set scene filter state. Add OBS Studio scene. Oh, so oh, oh, that's easy. We are on the Zatsu screen, and the only filter is Gotcha Bucket, so we'll do that. So then, you're right, thank you. So then, I'm gonna enable this for now, and then we'll have to finagle with this as it goes through things, but enable it. And then if you run this, that's the thing though, since we now need a way to, like, after it does that, we have to turn every single thing of that off. So that kind of sucks. Is there a way then in this one where we can just say add OBS Studio scene get scene item properties? Actually, can we do that? No. I was like, can I... Is there a way... Streambot scene... Turn all sources off. Toggle source filter on any scene. Is there a way we can just turn everything off? Add action, OBS Studio scenes, hide scene sources. Hold on a second. Add OBS Studio scenes, hide scene sources. Hold on a second. Let's hide any all sources that are. Oh yeah. Hold on. Oh my god, wait. Is this made for me? And then we do this will look ugly, I think, because the first one, because this will have everything on it still. No, hold on. We have to delay. That's what it is. Oh my god. Hey, hold on. Because it did it. It ran the filter, but it hit all the sources before it actually came off. So all we have to do now is we had a delay for it's a minute, right? So it's 1,000. We'll make it 1,500, right? We'll make it 1,200. Yeah. Put this delay here. All right, and then we do go over here. We add this. Didn't work. Why didn't it work? I explicitly requested it to work. What? Okay, so you guys can't see it, but it actually did lift up, but just none of the things turned on. Okay, so now we just have to find a way to turn something on. So the Gotcha Bucket reward runs. So action. So it runs the action. It's able to run this action, that's fine. Run action, set action group state, set action state. It ran the action, why didn't it actually do anything with that? Hold on, can I just run this? This again. We just need to find a way to turn an item on. Because for some reason it's not turning any items on. Hold on, let me double check this. Let me do this. We run this. Oh, ho ho ho. Oh, I'm an idiot. Never mind. It's 5 seconds, not 1 second. So we do... Let's just make the delay like 10,000. Okay. There it is. Cool. All right, all right, all right. So then what we can do from here then is we can go into here and we can do the weighting, where like the wrench will be really common. It'll be like 0.5. Oh. So just an even bigger version of it, 0.1 for that. So those don't add up to 1, but that should be fine. Can I make a custom cooldown there? So if you run this. Okay, you can do 15 seconds. Cool. Awesome. That way it doesn't like break itself. And honestly, 10 seconds should be fine, not 15 seconds. Set that to 10 seconds. And then yeah, we can go make sure that this is... That should be fine. But I've had all the X and B files I need for the first part of the making the mod, which is just getting from point A to point B. Nice. It's still something. Fortunately, I have to install a third mod for my ID to work. Ooh, this is part of the course for robust Stardew mods, though, so ooh, yeah. That's always the thing. When you start, like, actually getting into the weeds of stuff, it's usually, like... Gary was kind of talking about it with, like, in Python itself, where it's, like, a lot of people use, dictionaries or whatever they're called, or libraries, right? And it's like, to get something good, a lot of times you're gonna need like to borrow from a lot of different places, which will sometimes mean like installing a lot of different things so that they can work to get your final bit. It actually reminds me of I talked about this back when the Down the Rabbit Hole came out. It makes me think about the unofficial Skyrim patch, which was so Bethesda games are inherently really broken, and so there's always like the unofficial patch. And the idea behind that is like, oh, it's a patch that will like fix all the game-breaking bugs. And theoretically, that's all it does, is just fix game-breaking bugs. But for the Skyrim one, they ended up adding things that weren't really bugs. They like added some bonus things that weren't really bugs, like they switched the locations of some mines around. They did a lot of weird stuff with it. But that's not super important. The more important thing is that a lot of other mod makers made it so if you wanted to use their mod, you also had to have the unofficial Skyrim patch, because they made it in an environment where they had the unofficial Skyrim patch. So there was an issue where it's like, okay, I want to have this mod, so I have to have this unofficial Skyrim patch. But therein, that's actually when like the issue started becoming more apparent, where it's like, oh, I have to have this unofficial patch for this other mod to work, and it's like, wait, why is there this random like pillar in town? Where did this come from? And it's like, oh, it's from the unofficial Skyrim patch. But like the idea of like you have to have a base for your mod to work on in the first place, or you have to like be pulling from different sources, makes me think about that a little bit, even though that's not fully what it is. What is gonna be throwing you into the deep like it's going to doing to me? I'm so sorry. I was born in the deep, Dolly. Where do you think I got this cat from? Oh my god, I'm so glad we got this bucket gotcha work now, though. Bada bop boom. This is actually, it's extremely sick. Good call, Ben, for remembering that's the other one I wanted to work on, definitely. Right now, the wrench is like, half the time you're going to be pulling it, you're going to be pulling the wrench. We need to add more bits and bobbles there. That's the artistry of my design, Blammy. That's what the kids don't get. That's the brilliance of my design. Is that though my head is supposed to be in the clouds, I'm actually very down to earth. And then obviously it's ironic that we have this a seemingly eldritch basement, which a basement is the exact opposite of the sky where I belong. Oh my god, I can't. There we go. It's called art. Look it up sometime. Shut up, Hayes. I'm not gonna throw in any like a fit. Ah, what? I'm sorry, you don't like art. I don't want to throw in any like official like Haru or like any Arknights characters or anything like that. Thank you, Lemmy. However, what does the big cookie look like when we pull the big cookie? It looks like, I guess this is just normal cookie when you pull this one. Which this will look ugly because it's combined with something else because of the way I set this up, but... So what would big cookie look like if that already looks like that? Doesn't need to use but I'm still over Half-Life 2 cinematic mod. Oh, I haven't I don't know the full extent of that one yet. What's the 411 on that one, Asmo? Do I have to look that up after the stream? Trick question, I will. Slightly could be another bucket. Oh, I didn't even think about that. The whole because of the way that was it specifically with the handle? What was clipping out of the bucket? Cookie, we had a wrench. Cookie with a suspiciously wrench-shaped lump. Hold on, I'm gonna put all of these on real quick. Let me run this. Oh, okay, to make it bigger, you just actually make it clip out of the bucket. Okay. That makes more sense. I was like, none of these should be clipping out of the bucket yet. Yeah, what if we do copy, paste, dupe. We just make this like, yeah, just make this a bigger cookie. We need to make it like fit the source. We can't make it like bigger than the source technically, but and then transform fit the screen. No, not fit the screen. Oh no. Oh wait, I can just Control F or Control Z. Center to screen. There we go. So when it's the big cookie. That's like actually perfect, I think. That like actually fit the exact diameter of the bucket more or less. That's insane. That's some what is it? Dude perfect, guy perfect, whatever that is. That was actually insanely cool. This is chocolate cookie 2 PNG. That's a 0.05 pull right there. What if you add a rainbow or gold gradient behind the bear cookie? Can I add filters? Add color correction? I don't think so. I would want to just do it in, I would have to make like my own special boy one. I feel like just making it the normal big cookie is good. Or wait, oh, you mean like a not making the cookie gold. You mean like making it like a halo effect. Oh shoot, hold on. Well, no. That's actually, hold on, that might be doable. That might actually be doable. Hold on, yeah. Because it's like when you pull the bag in Arknights, it's like it's got the glow. Stroke, glow, shadow. I think I have this actually. Do I? I've looked at this before apparently. Add, 3D effect, chroma key, color correction, image mask blend. Really? I don't actually have this one. Stroke, glow, shadow. We use plugin to create strokes, glow, and shadows around masked sources. I don't know if this is a masked. What is a masked source specifically? Image mask blend. What if I do that? Add color key, color correction key. Yeah, I would have to download. I think I'd have to download this. Let's try it. Why not? When is installer.zip? Here's my question, which I doubt anyone knows, but can you install plugins while your OBS is running? We're about to find out. Alright, and then let's see. Filters, add. I don't think you can. Unless this is called something else. Stroke filter parameters, glow, shadow. I need a screenshot showing where I can get these. Inline filters in as separate sources. Wait, did it actually just add it into... It might not have added it in... I'm gonna have to restart OBS to actually get that thing in. That's unfortunate. At the very least, we could actually properties real quick. Properties, filters. I know we literally just looked at this, but maybe spout filter sharp. What does sharpen do actually? Oh yeah, it sharpens it. Scroll, scaling aspect ratio, render delay, move transition override, move video capture device, move value, move action, luma key, image mask blend. HDR tone mapping override. What does that mean? Oh, I don't know what that means. I'm not messing with that. We'll add the golden effect. If someone reminds me next time we're on the screen, we might be able to add the golden effect easily enough. For now, though, that's pretty good. The only other thing we want then is... if we can get, like, I kind of want it to be a GIF is the only other thing. You guys want to learn how to make a GIF in Photoshop real quick? Here, I'm gonna move you guys over here, and then we're gonna go to... Should be good. Do that. I guess we just do this one. Yeah. Transform. Center to screen, that should be fine. Yeah, that kind of works. I need to move this so it's not in the thing. All right, so you guys got a really, really small thing. Perfect. So what you do is you go to new. We're gonna make it 1,000 by 1,000, I think. So clear, and then we're gonna just make a little like. Just fill that in. Okay, this kind of sucks actually. Then we add new. We go down here. We fill it in there. Okay, I've never thought about how to do this actually. How do we just like fill that in and not have it look bad? Can you do? This dang line here. If you're using Clip Studio Paint, this would be an issue. Oh, actually, you have an idea. If we do, this is so stupid. Do this, and then up here we go and we do that. Then we delete that. That is such a pain to actually do it that way. But the more important thing is you go up to window here, which you guys can't see. But if you go to window and you go to workspace, there's a workspace that's called motion. And when you go to the motion workspace, you get this timeline down here. And what you can do with this timeline is you can create a video timeline. And what the idea, actually, hold on, no. Create frame animation. I was like, that is not the time. Go to create frame animation. This is the easier one to do. And what you can do is you can actually make a frame by frame, like little GIF. I've done this before for like GIFs in Discord and such. What am I not cats on Pixel Cat Sin as the same name as Wisteria? I mean, it's a good name. It's a flower. And what you can do is for these ones, you can have them like have this image for like a certain number of seconds. And then what we can do is we can also do, how do you just copy paste? I'm trying to think how you do this. Oh, you hit new, and new will copy the previous one, right? So then what we can do is we can then do, if we want to like fill bits in. This is gonna look real janky, but I think that's part of the appeal right now. And then we might like finagle with this later at some other point in time. Honestly, yeah, how do we want to do this? Go back here and merge these two layers. Just like over here. Like, we only want one layer now. Good. And on this one, we want to go... Oh, why is this... No, how do we make them separate layers? Why are they... Okay, one frame. Don't unify. Ooh. What we can do is duplicate layer. We can just do this as well, where it's like this is just this, and this is this. Does that work like that? Yes, okay. So we can kind of cheat with this way. Add some things in here. Add some things in here. This is actually how I did the animation for the old, like, intro screen and everything. Was like making a GIF in Photoshop, basically. And then we do a new layer from that, and we do a duplicate layer from there. Where this one will have, turn this off. We'll have turn this off. And then from here we do a... Are using this one here, and we want to do a... It needs to like wiggle at the top is part of the thing. So for here we need to erase this. Do something like that. Dun, dun. Artist I am not right now. Needs to be a little bit thicker on this side, I think. Like, it's looking like it needs to be, like... Then maybe a little bulbous on this side. I was like, can we move this over here? Okay, and then if we do... that... Queen's animation frames. We want to then... I'm trying to think what we do here. Is it your tween animation frame? No, it's not that. No, how do I undo? Wait, what do you mean not, I cannot do? What's step backwards do? Oh, there we go. If we do that. Do this to this. Tween that. And then do this to this. Tween that. And then set these tween frames between them all. Set them to like 0.1 second. Dispose of those. I don't know how that works. Do not dispose. Automatic. I don't know what that means. I don't want 6 or 7 here. Trash. Delete the frame. Yes. There it is. Yes. And then this one as well. Yes. And set these ones as well to like 0.1 seconds. Then also give me this, put this over here, add in a few of those, tween that, set these also to 0.1 second. Okay, so here's the idea, and then we set this to 0.2. It's to 0.2. Both of these to 0.2 as well. And then actually these ones here, set them to a custom value of 0.05, actually. And then the only other thing left is, and this is going to be hard to do, can I make this so it is... When we save for web as a GIF, and we make it so it can only have either black or white. So 2 colors. I want to see if this works. Huh. Title GIF 1. Look up on my creation service. Oh, I didn't make it loop. Hold on. Looping options forever. Save. Save. Replace. Tosca. I can probably do a lot better if after stream I pull out the tablet and actually get this to work, but we just take this Normal looking little fella here now. Good lord. I need to make him like, if I can make him pure black instead of like gray, or at least like a darker gray. Can I make the color table? Can I add to the color? Yeah, there we go. Add to the color table. There it is. Save that. There we go. And then we go over to the gotcha bucket. Add in untitled. So we'll definitely finagle with it a little bit more afterwards, but for now, as a placeholder, right? Throw that bad boy in there. And then we go over here. We add in the untitled. And then for now, we're just gonna have that up just to see what it looks like. Okay, so we just go over here and we do this. Oh no! Out of all the ones I could have randomly picked to also spawn in with that, it picked the service crew member. Oh, I'm sorry, service crew. I did not think. Aye. Get a room. Oh my goodness. I probably center that to screen a little bit more. We can probably bring this up a little bit because I don't think the base of the tentacle gets shown that much. So now, we can also hide the cursor because we're done looking at stuff right now. Go here, hit this, and then more than likely it's gonna be a wrench. Oh no! Why are there two things happening at once now? Why is that? Oh no, because I had that on. It should do that anymore. Yeah, like it definitely needs to be more visible. I want to put red dots on it. Like red dots or red eyes or something along those lines to make it a little bit more visible, make it pop out more, definitely. But for now, as a placeholder, because to actually finagle it and make it look nice, that's gonna be a off-stream thing, I think. Not a bad one, honestly. I think it's my favorite one. Is that now you can bucket gotcha. Okay, here's the last and most important part of the night. What color do we set bucket gotcha and hanger lights? I feel like hanger lights should be like a dark gray. It does work with the lights on too. Watch this. Okay, now you Thank you, Ligers. Okay, perfect. Because the idea is that what's happening is you have a back layer, which is the image. Then you have in the mid layer, that's when something pops out of the bucket. And in the front layer, there's the foreground where the bucket itself is. And so it doesn't matter what state the lights are in. We got a switch and we got a gotcha bucket. So watch, we can turn the lights on, and then if you do the red one, you can pull in your gotcha. Super 0.0001% chance for confetti to launch out of the bucket. The item. Oh, all right, Mayu. Hold on. I actually had ideas for this for a hot second. This is as good a time as any to set this up. I do love that a lot. What we're gonna do is we go to... I'm not using this muffled. Oh my god, actually, that's so much more brilliant than what I was gonna do. Oh no. Oh, Mayu, that's such a brilliant idea, actually. Because, yeah, what you can do is you can add source. Oh my god, Wayne, that's a much different idea, but I do want to, like, just have the what do I call the confetti? Do I just call it confetti? No, it's not just confetti. It's like a video, isn't it? Yeah, it's an MP. It's a media. So in the gotcha bucket, add source, media source, add existing, add confetti. This is so stupid. I just want to see this one pop out of the bucket. That's it. Like this is gonna be actually an insane one. Transform fit to screen. There we go. That's better. The best worst part is it's like cut. Oh wait, no. Do I got it? This is so stupid. I love this. Oh my god. Okay, and then we do add a copy this, paste this. Confetti is one of the options. For now, we'll have the weight as. We'll set the weight really, really low, but for reference, can we just disable these? Yeah, turn in. I wish I could like select more than one and disable more than one at once, but whatever. So right now, God, I want to see what this looks like. It doesn't work well because the confetti shoots out before the image actually gets into the right spot. Oh my god. So it just lifts, like, there needs to be a way to, like, to delay the start of it would have to be the issue with it. Oh god, that's a brilliant idea, but I think this might be a little bit more, hold on, let's do a real quick crack at this. Because it would have to be... This is actually really easy. This is really ugly, but this works. Add an action, bucket, gotcha, reward, confetti. How do you spell confetti? I don't know. That's probably right. And then the confetti one, what that does is when you call the confetti... So instead of just making the source visible for the confetti, instead what it does is instead of making the source visible, it runs a different action. And that action is what then delays the confetti and then starts the confetti. And then also that can also be how it plays music as well. Oh, Ace, you're brilliant. Make it run the bucket confetti thing. Yeah. So for that one, then what it will do is it will do be a studio. I can just go to let's go here and I can copy the sub action. I can paste the sub action over here. Then make this the confetti. Also enable this. I also want to add a delay for 500 seconds. Let me add in the yeah, kind of like that. We'd have to get the... We'll do a placeholder one for now. For now, this is just a placeholder. We can make it tinny in a second, but for now, how does this sound? So... Delay this for 1,000. No, delay this for 1,500. It didn't play the music either, which is interesting. The music is there. Why didn't it play that? And it should have worked. That's interesting. Oh, technically it doesn't have to play the music. It has to set the state of the music visible. That's what it is. Add OBS Studio, sources, set source visibility state of Zatsu confetti. Where is confetti music? Where's that at the very bottom? So we do something like. Quiet you. What's happening is... it has to do the confetti before it can lift up the seam. Oh, that is a pain in the ass. There's a way you can do this by making a confetti scene that has a bunch of, like, just take the confetti scene that we already have, and we can just add a lot of dead space before it. Like the hit video game, Dead Space, for instance. So yeah, we can get rid of that. We can go over here. Get rid of that. Could I do that in Photoshop? Do you think that would work? Where do I keep my confetti, service crew? Is that here? Do I have easy access to that, or do I have to search for that? Where do I keep you? Oh. That was it. I thought I saw it when I was browsing your files, and I was like, that can't be it. Oh, it was. It is a .mov file. Can you open up .movs in Photoshop is the question. This is the jankiest way to do it, instead of just opening up like DaVinci and adding in like 5 seconds of blank space. But so if I suddenly stop moving and if the stream dies, you know what happened. The look of that. What's the name of the loading bar or the loading circle thing that spins around? Someone here's got to know that. It has a name. I forget what it's called. Why make it so it doesn't lift the confetti, just lowers it? Be more clear than we can do in one stream, but that gives me excuse to post the Rodak throwing a wrench in Discord. So it doesn't lift the confetti, it just lowers it. What do you mean? So I think so the way that we have it set up is that we have a scene in OBS that has everything in it. Basically, we can use this cursor as an example. We have like this cursor in here. And what it does is, whenever we hit the button, it will turn the cursor on, then lift it out, and then bring it back in, and then we'll turn the cursor off. It has to do it in that order, where it has to turn it on and then lift it up. There's no way that we can lift it up and then turn it on. Because if we did that, every other like for the confetti, that'd be great. But for every other object, it would look as if it would just like pop out of existence and then fall back in. That's the thing. We want to try to make it so it works for everything. One thing that comes out of the bucket is Ace, Cheer, and the normal. Now you're thinking laterally. I like the. I mean, we could do that as a placeholder for today. But if hold on, wait, what? Click the video icon to add me to the track. Wait, whoa, shit, wait, hold on. No shot, did that work? Hold on a second. Save for web. Oh no! I can't do this. I don't know what the it kind of worked. The idea of using of adding the confetti into Photoshop, but then it's like trying to save as a GIF with 2 colors, which is what we did for the tentacle. But like that is not how this works. So also, oh my god, it's loading. No, I think the easiest way to do this is just to take the confetti and just add like a second or two in DaVinci after stream when I have access to DaVinci. And then we can just put that in. Oh my god, though, this is, I'm surprised that Photoshop was able to load that MOV file in the first place. That in and of itself is kind of impressive. Ooh, there is a loading bar at the bottom, and it is 5%. Might take a bit for that. Honestly, I think I'm good with the things we have in there for now. We'll finagle with a confetti to get to work. But everything else, and we'll finagle with the confetti to get to work, and we'll also finagle with making a better looking tentacle. There we go. But otherwise, boop. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. It feels like I got in the golden spare part a lot, which is, what is that? I feel like it's a 0.1, right? Yeah, it's a 0.1. The spare part, the normal cookie are both 0.1. The big cookie's 0.05. The tentacle is also 0.05. Oh, what'd you get? I wasn't looking. Do it again. Ranch. The wrench is the 3-star in Arknight's terms, or the 1-star in other terms. Nice. Oh yeah, yeah. So let's go into the wrap up for these redeems. The last thing we need then is colors for the redeems. What color should the bucket gacha redeem be? We typically use more pastel-esque colors for the redeems, if you noticed. Like, when you think about gacha, what color do you think about? Rainbow is probably the correct answer, but, like, you can't really, like, do a gradient, I don't believe, with Twitch things. A light orange. Orangey. A little bit of... What do you think about that? Like a little peach, a little? Ooh, I see what you're saying, Mayu. Like the Arknight's light orange. A little bit of a... Or, oh, not even Arknight. Yeah, like the legendary from, like, World of Warcraft and such. Yeah. I get what you're saying. I'm picking it up. Hold on. World of Warcraft legendary color. What are the exact names, codes of the colors Blizzard uses? Yeah, what are they? For the WoW Wiki. API get item quality color. Legendary is FF8 and then a bunch of zeros. Which I don't know what that is in RGB. To RGB. That is 255, 128, 0. Okay, and then all we have to do is just take that and make it a little more pastel-y. So be like about that color. That's not bad, actually. So the lights renewed should be faded navy. Purple or red because of Mesa from P5X. Is Mesa for the gacha or for the hanger lights? like a something like that, but then make it more blue. Little I do like that. I think the Hanger Lights one is actually good. Yeah, that dark blue color I think works really well there. It is true, we don't have a lot of reds. That's actually insane that we don't have that many reds. The only red is Dragon Install. There is no like other red. We do like not too stand outy though. Well, it would be so they're not gonna be 50. Bakugacha is fairly cheap, though. I feel like Bakugacha is a, what's the cheapest one we have? I think Bakugacha 250 with the other ones. That might be a little expensive for it, but it can go, oh, I don't like that it's going, I don't know, I wish you could, like, determine the order of your things, because it shouldn't be between stand-up and drink. Those should be, like, next to each other. And then the lights, make the lights, like, a 500. Yeah, we don't have that many 500s. That seems fine. Ah! That's the wrong one, Mayu. I know that I just had another 500. Yeah, I was... Because if I made it 1,000, we already had 5 1,000s, as it was only like 2 500s. Gotcha's Golden Chains, heads up or head smack to red for blood. You could probably do that in a way. I like that head smack and heads up are both the same color, so if I change one, I have to change both of them. And I like the purple for head smack though, because it's like purple like a bruise. And also because the purple goes really well with the pink color for head tap. But obviously, the pink is like love and the purple is bruise. But then you can also do the pink is love and then... And the red is blood, yeah. Because pink and red also work well together color-wise. Also, I just like purple a lot more than orange, if we're gonna be honest. Dolly. Well, I think that's what we got for today, then. Congratulations, service crew. It took us a total of 3.5 hours, but not only have we discovered a new employee of the month for the month of November, not only did we allow you to finally turn the lights on and off, and not only do we finally have a bucket gacha working, I think we did a fourth thing as well. I don't remember what it was. Oh, the chat itself, right! We also set up that. That was like the longest one, too. Nice, though. Good job, guys. Thank you guys for coming out. I hope you enjoyed killing some time with me. Rest of this week, we're doing Arknights tomorrow. Gonna start reading through Guide Ahead, I think. Though I'm gonna be honest, we're probably only do like one stream of that thing, because then I really actually want to do Read or Die. What is it called? Act or Die? I think it's Act or Die actually. So we might just do one of that and then go to Act or Die, and then we'll come back to it. Yeah, Act or Die. That's what it's called. Oh, I get it. Act or Die. Actor die. Wow. That's cute. Yeah, we got that tomorrow. Thursday we're back with more Heavy Rain. We're shawning it up. I'm legitimately excited for that. Both Heavy Rain and Stardew are actually fantastic, and I most of the streams that aren't either of those is just me wanting to go to play one of those. And then Sunday we'll be back with more Stardew. Really excited to fall, the best season. Also see those jellyfish too. I think that's all I got though. Sorcerer, do you have anything else before we wrap up? Congratulations on the range. I like that Dolly circa like a week or two ago was like, I gotta save up all my money. I never know when I'm gonna need it. And then it's just blowing it all on the bucket gacha. Thank you, by the way, Asmo. Normal size big cookie. Wasn't big cookie, but it was a cookie. Which is rare. Normal size cookie as well. I feel like the cookies are slightly... I think the bucket gacha in general is just slightly off kilter, I think. Big cookie, small. Big cookie, pequeño. What size big cookie do you want? Good lord. Okay. Move that over there. Did this ever finish? Oh, it did. Nice. Cancel. Oh god, my Photoshop might be dead. That's fine. You need Photoshop for any content creation purposes. Alright, I can close out all of these. Oh my god, I have so many tabs. I probably should have counted this. I definitely had like 20-ish tabs there, but we got it done. There we go. Close Photoshop. Close Photoshop. Done and done. Close this zip file that I had opened. Close both these Windows Explorer tabs. Or windows, I guess technically they're not tabs. I can close the... Wait, what is this? Oh, right, I have the Gotcha Bucket button. Watch this, service crew. I lied. That's not how that works. Never mind. Watch this, service crew. Fuck. Yeah, that tracks. Streamer look is not real. Don't believe them. Alright, though. With that, I know nothing else. I'm going to send you guys over to... Kabu, who is dancing. Nobody's told... The tentacle and the big cookie are both really rare. They are, 5%ers? I believe that's how that... I think I set that up correctly. I don't know. I don't know if I did my weighting fully correctly, so they're a little bit janky, but they're about 5%ers. So, a little rare. Whereas that's a 50%er, which I might adjust the rates on this gacha depending on the feedback we get from the playtesters. That's a 10%er. Go pour for the tentacle. Let me make sure that I have the tentacle in there, actually. I'm pretty sure. Oh! It heard your pleas. Good job, Dolly. Actually. Never stop gambling. Good lord. A desire, if only. Gonna make them all, it's like, man, you guys need to spend your spare parts, and it's like, I know the exact thing to do. Good luck, Dolly. Meanwhile, so I'm gonna send you guys over to Kabu, who's currently dancing. Go check him out, go enjoy. With that, I know nothing else. You know the schedule for the week. Let's rock it. I know nothing else, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to catch you next time. Peace out, everyone. And go say 3, 2, 1. See you there.